Ladies and gentlemen, a pleasant good evening to everybody. Welcome back on the Lewis Sports Network. It is your boy Lewis coming back at you once again with another heavy hitter live stream with yet another video. Make sure you guys are doing these things as you come in. Make sure you smash that like button. Make sure you're hitting that subscribe button as you guys come in. Make sure your notifications are turned on and make sure you guys are sharing this on your social media outlets. I truly appreciate it, man. Happy Sunday, everybody. Hope everybody is staying safe during this time. Hope everybody is having a wonderful weekend. Shout out to Bronco Fanatic and shout out to Karam. He was already in here earlier. And my apologies, guys. It's just I had problems with my computer. It's been freezing. I've had issues all day. Appreciate Daniel Berry in the building calling me the GOAT. I appreciate that. So I feel bad for that. Shout out to Lowly One. Shout out to Anthony L. Shout out to Tide Pod Chips, who says, wow. Okay, salute to you for being here. And like I said, everybody, welcome. Make sure to smash that like and hit that subscribe. We already have 9 people watching, and I know what the thing is. Yo, Lewis, I'm back in the building. I appreciate that, Karan. Appreciate it, man. Glad that you're back in the building. Again, guys, smash the like, hit the subscribe, and then just share on your social media outlets. And we got a lot to talk about. I was able to look up 3 articles on what's going on. And Ryan says he's already got a question. Okay, so before I get started, like I said, hope everybody's doing great. Appreciate everybody in the chat. He says you're a professional at YouTube now. I mean, isn't technically everybody once they start to get the hang of it? I'm just saying, but anyway, what I'll say, Ryan, go ahead and ask your question before I get started. I've been doing this thing for a minute now, so gotten used to it. That's my answer to that one. Yep, and thank you to Bronco Fanatic with the update. We got 10. We're at 10 likes already. The topic is, and once Ryan lets me know what his question is, I'm also going to say that. So the title of this is LeBron refusing ongoing claims from Kyrie Irving to possibly cancel the season. Now, what's supposed to happen is that I know. He says if this thing on YouTube keeps happening, are you going to go to Patreon? Not yet. Not yet. I'm not going to do that as of yet. The Patreon is something that's going to be in the future, but not as of yet. Tide Pod Chip said, I remember you since Laker reactions. Wait, Laker reactions. I think you mean when I was doing Laker games? Is that what you're trying to say? Laker reactions. I did do a couple of reaction videos. I do remember that. And I was pretty much doing all of that recording and stuff on my phone. So when it comes to that, I think that like I said, Patreon is something that I will be doing in the future. As of right now, I'm not doing that as of yet. Okay, he says Laker games. Yeah. All right. Yeah, no. I remember. Yeah, I was doing Laker games. That's right. And it was pretty fun doing those Laker games. He said it was funny. All right, cool. I mean, I will get back to those eventually because we know that basketball is supposed to come back on the 30th of July. It got bumped up one day. So we will be getting back to that. Okay, so getting started. Again, guys, smash the like button, hit the subscribe, share this on your social media outlets. So we have a divide. We have a divide in terms of where we should stand in terms of the season. We have some people that are wanting to play in the NBA season and they want it to continue, while some people feel that due to it's the NBA season against social justice. So that's what we're fighting for. Now, let me know what you guys think in the chat. Do you think that are you on LeBron's side in where he feels like the season should continue and he feels like he can bring social change playing basketball? Or do you are you on Kyrie's side where he's for playing, but he needs to make sure that things should be safe first in order to play, and also that there's more things bigger and more important than basketball. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Oh yeah, Daniel, I'm gonna get to that. I'm gonna get to that. Um, Karam says he thinks that Kyrie doesn't like basketball anymore, and that's why he's saying that. I mean, that's possible. Okay, and Daniel says he's on LeBron's side. Okay, okay. Ryan says if the season tends to keep getting bumped, the season should not even resume. And Ty says you can still support and play. Okay, okay. Again, shout out to everybody in the chat. Very interesting. Okay, so I'm gonna say this right now. I think if the season continues to be bumped back and there's just a lot of division among the players, I just don't know how the NBA is going to figure this out in terms of who plays and who doesn't. Because if you have players like Dwight Howard and Avery Bradley who are on the Lakers, and to answer Daniel's question, uh, Dwight Howard is saying that he right now he says, let me get to Dwight Howard. Actually, I'm actually going to read the article and then let me know what you guys think. Where is it? No, this is not it. Okay, that was the article on Phil Handy and the relationship between LeBron and Kyrie. Let me see what this article is. Okay, this is the Kyrie thing. Okay, there's LeBron. There were reports that he didn't attend the conference call that Kyrie was led. So people need to understand something. I think people were upset that Kyrie. It's possible. Ryan says, I think with this Kyrie versus LeBron is a topic distraction. That also could be possible too. Tide Pod says, I think Kyrie wants to be a scientist and a physician and quit the NBA to be a flat Earth PhD. I mean, it's possible. These are all possible scenarios. I want y'all to think about this too. Kyrie is not playing. Uh, his Nets may be in contention for a playoff spot, but they're not considered a championship team by any means. But Kyrie also is part of he is vice president of the Players Association behind Chris Paul. Chris Paul is the main president. Uh, I think Chris Paul is, as the president, he's on the players who are for playing. And also remember that he is also one of LeBron's best friends. Uh, while Kyrie Irving is the vice president, and he had a conference call with, I believe, about anywhere from 80 to 150 players saying that they don't think that the season should continue. Kyrie said he is for the season continuing, but he still thinks that in his mind, they should make sure that it's safe. But I also heard that he feels like if this continues, that this is going to be nothing but a distraction. And he thinks, no, not KD, Kyrie. I'm not talking about, and Kyrie's not playing either. No, KD's not playing. He's not playing. But because Kyrie Irving is the vice president, he's basically saying that he believes that there shouldn't be uh, this should not be a distraction if players are trying to come back. There was Doc Rivers who came out and said that he feels that Kyrie, he supports what Kyrie's doing, but it shouldn't be at the expense of not the NBA season returning. You had Austin Rivers, he also said he supported Kyrie, but then he was talking about there's people who are living paycheck to paycheck and that he doesn't feel that it's right, that players should be sitting out and, players. Now, although I agree with him, we got to be really honest about Austin Rivers here. Austin Rivers, to me, is very fortunate that he's in the NBA. Not saying that he's not a good player, but he's fortunate because his dad is in the league. And to be honest, his dad has got to kind of give credit in terms of his dad kind of saved his NBA career. Now, Austin Rivers has proved that he could play. So, big ups to Austin Rivers, man. That dude can ball. So I got to give him his respect. Uh, but to be really honest, it's like he really wouldn't be in the NBA if it wasn't for his dad because at one point he almost was out of the league. And this was when he was drafted by the New Orleans Hornets, which are now the New Orleans Pelicans. Uh, Ryan says it's all going to be talked about, the Kyrie LeBron thing, all through the season in the playoffs. The media tends to make Kyrie more non-invalid because of the relationship between him and LeBron when on the Cavs. To be honest, the certain LeBron fans and the media are going to really focus on the relationship. So when Kyrie speaks out like this, he's going to get backlash because of their history and how things ended between those two. The fact that Kyrie, a lot of people think personally he didn't like LeBron, and um, let me just continue. Steve Kerr might join Brooklyn, as in the Brooklyn Nets. I didn't hear about that. Really? Him coaching Kyrie and Kevin Durant? If he does that, he's kind of low key turning himself into a Phil Jackson. I mean, think about it. When Steve Kerr first became the head coach, he got to coach Steph Curry, he got to coach Klay Thompson, he got to coach Kevin Durant when he arrived, he got to coach DeMarcus Cousins. So he already coached great players, right? You remember Lewis when Kyrie requested a trade and wanted to play for his own team? I remember. Part of the reason that he requested for a trade was because if you people don't know the history, Cleveland had tried to trade him on a couple of occasions. So because they tried to trade him, that's why he just didn't like the fact that he was being mistreated like the way he was, and so he called for a trade. So it wasn't just the fact that Kyrie wanted his own team; it was also the fact that part of it was because his career was obviously linked to LeBron, number one, and he didn't achieve any playoff success or really didn't do anything until LeBron got there. And then on top of that, it was because he almost got traded. Cleveland almost traded him a couple of times. There was a trade package uh, for Kyrie being traded for Paul George and Eric Bledsoe. Kyrie was supposed to go to Phoenix. He would have been with Devin Booker. So when Kyrie heard that, he wasn't happy about it, and that's why he demanded a trade. So whatever Kyrie and management had talked behind closed doors, it got leaked out to the media. So whoever that was, Kyrie was really upset about it, and he demanded a trade. So the thing is, when we look at stories, we have to go deeper into why things were the way they were when it comes to that backstory. It's true. And Bronco Fanatic says this is just another controversy. Very possible. Very possible. It really, I think that this is also to kind of stir, controversy because we have two players who play together are thinking polar opposites. Remember, LeBron is trying to make sure that the season can come back as soon as it can, for him to have an opportunity to win a championship. And I think from LeBron's vantage point, I can understand why LeBron would want the season to continue. I understand that. I definitely understand that. So I can understand on LeBron's level. There hasn't been any basketball for over 3 months. People are looking to get back to work. A lot of people are, at home. They're like bored and need some kind of sports because there's no baseball right now. Football is on schedule to come back. Yeah, he tired of coaching the losing team. I didn't know about that though. I didn't know about that. Um, Kerr tended to Steph more than KD. That's true too. If Kyrie was a good leader, he could be the number one option on a championship team. Well, let's be really honest with that. Kyrie is really not. Mm-mm. Kyrie is. He's very good, but Kyrie is a number two. He's not a number one. Kyrie is a number two. Now with Boston, that just was a failed experiment. He was starting to show in Boston that that he was showing that he could be the leader of a team until he got injured in the 2018 season when Boston had the second best record in the NBA. They had the second best record in the NBA. He got injured, but then Boston, because of the way that they're constructed as a team, they play team basketball. They got to the Eastern Conference Finals without him, and they went to a Game 7, which lets you know that you put a healthy Kyrie Irving back into that mix. The Celtics win the series. But the problem is when he came back, everything was a lot different. If you look at the way Kyrie's attitude was, it was very different. It was not. It was not one positive, and the way that he was, being in the locker room, it was not great. And so it kind of rubbed off the players off the wrong way. And a lot of the players were starting to feed off of the success that they had. So they thought that they were more valuable and they thought that they were a lot better. And they thought they were a lot worth more. So they were more valuable in their minds. So a lot of chemistry issues happened. And I said that that was going to be a problem, when Kyrie came back. I knew that was going to happen, though. Shout out to Freddie Gee in the building, man. He says, Lou the Don. Appreciate that. He says Kyrie was a crybaby. Then LeBron tried to deny the trade rumors after Kyrie demanded that he be traded. Yeah, there was a lot of backstory into that. Um, I remember that Kyrie said the Nets needed a couple of more pieces. I mean, he said that they were kind of top heavy. I remember that. I just said that they were not a good defensive team, and if you listen to the coaching, I just felt like it was just not, not good. Freddie says, I seen a post on Facebook and it made me think. Someone called Kyrie a glorified Jamal Crawford before he got with Bron. I can see it from both sides. A glorified Jamal Crawford. A glorified Jamal Crawford. I'm gonna have to think about that one. A glorified Jamal Crawford. That's very interesting. And by no means, Jamal Crawford, that's no disrespect to you. I mean, you're a three-time six-man of the year, for God's sakes. Very impactful coming off the bench with his scoring. If Kyrie was healthy on the Celtics and he was a good leader, they would have beaten LeBron and had a chance to beat the Warriors. Yeah, he definitely would have got his shot. He would have gotten a shot. He would have definitely gotten a shot. I agree with that, Bronco. Needed. And shout out to Buki Allen, appreciate you. He says he's being a fanboy. Even some of our own LeBron own teammates doesn't even want the season to return. Well, here's the thing. From what I found out, from what I found out, let me just continue though. I do think when players say things on interviews and other endeavors, since we are all not there, media tends to twist narratives. What would you do if front of kids in Boston when asked if you stay? Yeah, I mean, it's not a good look if you go in front of the fans of Boston and then you say that I would love to be here if Boston wants me back or something like that, and I would love to sign back. But kids are going to look at you very funny and then they're going to call you a traitor if you don't, live up to their narrative, which is kind of true. At some point you have to, but then there's also other conversations that are going on. So there's conversations that you're going to tell in front of people that say, hey, you know, I want to be here. But then you're having these other side conversations behind closed doors with other people. I mean, this is all part of the game. It's all part of the game. Yep, very true. KD, Kyrie, Levert, Dinwiddie, Allen, Jordan, Prince, Harris. That's a squad. They just don't defend, but that's a good team. Kyrie cool and all, but in my opinion, he being a whiny baby right now trying to sabotage the NBA. I just have an issue with Kyrie kind of coming out with this now because it just feels kind of weird, and especially because he had to do that. LeBron's camp had to get involved, and they said, you know what, we want the season to continue. It was about to bring social change. Um, Let me get into the comment section. Well, not the, well, before that, let me just get into the article. Again, shout out to everybody. Um, Shout out to everybody in the chat. And so here's an article on why LeBron did not attend Friday's conference call. So it says several notable NBA players were present during the Zoom conference on Friday, but LA superstar LeBron James was not one of them. It said, led by Brooklyn Nets point guard Kyrie Irving, several stars reportedly aired their concerns and grievances with the resumption of the 2019-2020 campaign set on July 31st at Disney World in Orlando. And I said before, it has been pushed up to July 30. Again, shout out to everybody in the chat. Irving strongly opposed the league's decision, claiming he's not with the systematic racism and the BS, and that something smells a little fishy. So my thing is, by fishy, what does he mean? So that's my thing. Because again, I can understand LeBron's side in terms of wanting to continue the season. I can understand that. Got to look at it from both sides. Not trying to be biased here. Like I said, I want to continue to let me know, what you guys think in the chat. And like I said, shout out to everybody. LeBron, on the other hand, reportedly doesn't share the same standard, saying at his former Cleveland Cavaliers teammate. The four-time NBA MVP has also been quite vocal about racism and social injustice following the death of George Floyd at the hands of the police. However, the King believes he can still support the cause of the Black Lives Matter movement while continuing his obligations with the league. Per Sam Amick of The Athletic, James believes his participation in Orlando won't deter his ability to continue inspiring change, as I mentioned. The 35-year-old who was already considered one of the greatest players of all time. That's just stupid if you don't think he's one of the greatest of all time. I mean, it's obvious. LeBron has put in major work for his career. He's definitely one of the all-time greats. Has long been proving that he is the more than an athlete. Now that I kind of disagree with. Like I said, I have my take on that, but for instance, LeBron has started a group with other athletes to protect the voting rights of African Americans leading into the November election. But LeBron was not the main starter. He was a co-starter. I forgot who the other starter was, but you see, they're kind of giving him this credit See, I'm not okay with that. I'm not saying that LeBron didn't start, but it was like he co-started it. It wasn't just him starting it. I noticed that some of these reports, they kind of tend to bias towards LeBron, and I noticed that too. Leading into the November election, James, meanwhile, wasn't the only NBA player missing the call on Friday. While memo was sent out to all players, only 80 plus players, 20% participated in the forum. LeBron and the Lakers are one of 22 teams invited to continue their season in Orlando by the end of July. The Lakers hold the best record in the West at 49 and 14, one of the front runners to win it all this season. Okay, so there was that. Then we have, as people were mentioning in the chat about LeBron's old teammates. So before I could read the one about Dwight, but then I heard something else. Let me just continue to go into the comment section. Lowly One says, I think that I stated in another video, the leader has to be KD, but he needs to completely elevate his mindset. Hopefully his dedication to his craft can make up for that one substitute. Okay. Let me continue out here. Rico D. Okay, shout out to Rico D. Appreciate you. Hopefully you hit the like and hit that subscribe. The NBA season is set to return on July 30th. So they originally said July 31st, but they're pushing it back up to July 30th. So that is the thing. Um, wow, missed a lot of comments. Shout out to Tyree. Shout out to everybody. Let me just continue reading. Kyrie was the reason that Kenny Atkinson got fired, to be honest. Hmm. Because the rumor was that he was getting out of touch with some of the players in the organization. I'm wondering if one of those people is Kyrie Irving. Low key, both have crazy handles and very exciting to watch. Not very impactful. Remember when KD flipped out when the media asked him about free agency? I remember that. I think Kyrie is an okay leader. He did have Boston the number 2 seed in the 2018 before he got hurt. If Kyrie and Haven were healthy, they would have beaten Cleveland and give Houston and Golden State problems in the finals. What are you talking about, bro? I haven't said nothing about bro. I'm talking about Kyrie. What's up, everybody? Oh, Paul as well. Appreciate that. Again, smash a like, hit that subscribe. Make sure you guys are sharing on your social media outlets. Okay, shout out to Tide Pod Chips. He says on the Kyrie Kerr thing, Doc Rivers spoke out saying the thing with Kerr is ridiculous. It's like once you love something, cherish it good or bad. I got to look into that, man. That might be a future video. Kyrie's just doing his job as vice president. Yeah, Kenny was doing a good job. I just feel like players kind of lost touch with him. Question: if Kyrie never signed that contract extension with Cleveland and they never traded for Kevin Love, would have LeBron returned to Cleveland? I think possibly not. I don't think so. I don't think he would have. If Chris Paul didn't have such a conflict of interest with LeBron, they wouldn't have to get Kyrie involved. Because remember, guys, Chris Paul is the president and Kyrie's the vice president. Now, obviously, the president's got more power than the president, but I think I think that's kind of the reason why Kyrie got involved. I mean, people could make their hypotheticals all they want on Kyrie crying. They're saying that Kyrie is whining. He's a baby. Kyrie's only doing this because he doesn't want LeBron to win. No, Kyrie's doing his job because it would be very easy. Because you got to think about this, guys. There's a lot of people in the NBA who probably want to speak out and they're against it, but they're afraid to speak out because of what the backlash is going to be from people. So I think that's kind of why Kyrie kind of led that conference, Paul, because there was a poll, there was a voting, but the thing was there were certain players who did not get a chance to vote, and you're wondering who are the people that voted for the NBA season to continue. So you have to think about that as well. Like, who are these guys? Yeah, it was pretty sad he got fired. King G, sports is supposed to bring people together, black or white, Mexican. If the NBA doesn't continue, they're going to lose millions of dollars. And the conflict of interest is money, ladies and gentlemen. That's what this is. Shout out to Celtics legend. If the season doesn't start on July 30th, just cancel it. Because then what they're going to try to do is they're going to try to push back on August. And I'm saying to myself, if it's not working, like, you just might as well not even try to consider coming back this season, you know? Should you get Twitter? It's up to you, Bronco. Haha, Braun has his own PRVT call. His Banana Boat buddy Chris Paul, he gets the 411 from him and Rich Paul and Maverick Carter. NBA was supposed to come back on July 30th, Rico. I don't think the NBA should come back. Too much going on, to be honest. And shout out to Clay Pro in the building. Shout out to Jared, man. Appreciate you coming through. Man, a lot of everybody in the comments. What's good, everybody? Shout out again, guys. Smash that like button, hit that subscribe. We're talking about LeBron and Kyrie Irving. KG, what's up, everybody? I mean, I also look at it this way. People have to remember something. Do you guys remember a lot of incidents that have been happening with NBA players when the fans were in the arenas? Um, that's something that players don't have to worry about. And the first person that comes to mind that I think about is Russell Westbrook and his association with some of the fans, and how in certain arenas people have really disrespected Russell Westbrook, either flipping a middle finger at him, or you know somebody had talked about and criticized him. I remember that dude in Utah who was being really racist to Russ. I said, if there's one benefit of no fans in attendance, is that NBA players don't even have to worry about looking at the crowd and see who's trolling them. Now, what sucks is, uh, because there's no crowd, there's no really home court advantage. This is just going to be a scrimmage and a pickup game for these NBA players. So home court advantage and having that energy of the crowd would have really been a nice factor. But I just think that it's just going to really feel very strange. But I understand, like I said, why basketball, is supposed to be needed back. I just think streaming services are going to be through the roof, if NBA is to come back. Um, the Nets will be fun, but they need to execute and defend if they want to win. Was good. I think it's conflicting. Only people that's complaining about the season starting seems like players who don't have a chance to win. But I do understand that winning is not everything, though. I mean, it's Freddie. You make a very good point, because I think it's on both sides. I mean, you look at what happened with Karl Anthony Towns' mom. Is he really gonna wanna play? Considering what's going on, and then you see what happened with the whole George Floyd situation. Um, Also, look what just happened in Atlanta. Uh, I feel bad for the brother that just happened. You know, with that situation, and then you have the latest with Rashard Brooks. Rest in peace to the brother. I heard what happened with him with the police. So it's crazy, man. Salute, salute. It's more important things in basketball at the moment. And I want to get to Dwight Howard really quick, because Dwight Howard. So there was a report saying that even though that Dwight and Avery Bradley were two of the players that spoke out on not restarting the season again, Danny Green is wanting to start, also Kyle Kuzma, and obviously LeBron. We haven't heard from Anthony Davis. We haven't really heard from Anthony Davis, and I'm wondering kind of what's going on there. I mean, obviously we're not going to hear from Kawhi Leonard, because let's be honest, Kawhi Leonard just doesn't talk with the media. But we haven't heard anything from AD, which is just, so it's a little bit weird, right? Um, but yeah, Dwight Howard was one of the people who spoke out. And it says, let me just read this article real quick with guys. Again, smash the like, hit that subscribe, share this on your social media outlets, right? Um, so it says Dwight Howard refuses to play basketball, and he is in support of Kyrie Irving. He's in support of the vice president. So Brooklyn Nets star Kyrie doesn't support the NBA resuming in 2019-2020. I will be checking the chat. Just give me a second, guys. Due to the ongoing Black Lives Matter movement in the United States, now it seems like the four-time All-Star has found a surprising ally in Lakers big Dwight Howard. In a statement shared to CNN via Joe Martin, Howard agreed with Irving's stance on the resumption of the season this July. The Lakers center said that while the possibility of winning his first NBA championship is very much within his grasp, achieving unity would be an even bigger championship, an opportunity he described as too beautiful to pass up. Now, he tells Joe Martin in a statement provided by his agent to CNN, I agree with Kyrie Irving. Basketball or entertainment, period, isn't needed at this moment and will only be a distraction. Let me know what you guys think about that. Sure, it might not distract us, the players, but we have resources at hand the majority of our community don't have. That's a very interesting point that Dwight Howard just made right there. We have resources at hand that the majority of our community does not. Very, very key point right there, Mr. Dwight Howard. And the smallest distraction for them can start a trickle-down effect that may never stop, especially with the way the climate is now. I would love nothing more than to win my very first NBA championship. But the unity of my people would be an even bigger championship. That is just so sick, in other words, beautiful to pass up. What better time? What better time now than for us to be focusing on our families? Let me see if I can read the rest of this. It's gonna probably take me to Twitter if I could see. Nope. Okay. Let me see if I could click here to see if I can read the rest of this tweet. Let me see. Oh, here it is. Okay, so it says, this is where our unity starts, at home, with family. European colonization stripped us of our rich history, and we have yet to sit down and figure us out. The less distractions, the more we could put into action into rediscovering ourselves. Nations come out of families. Black, African American is not a nation or nationality. It's time our families became their own nations. No basketball till we get things resolved. It's crazy how Dwight Howard was actually putting the sentiments of what I've been talking about in terms of society. We have to be our own nation. That's facts. And I'm gonna continue, but let's go to the chat. Shout out to Raduni in the building. Missed a lot of chats. Hold on a second. Again, guys, smash the like, hit that subscribe. Oh yeah, I heard about Luka not being in shape. Shout out to Richard. Why would Braun go back to the Cleveland with no talent? Oh no, but that's what he's basically saying, Freddie G. If those guys weren't there, would he have gone back? That's basically what he's saying. What team do you think LaMelo is heading to? Good question. I don't see him in Golden State because they have no use for him. I would have to see him on a team that needs a point guard if they could find out to like make a trade. So if LaMelo gets drafted, let's say he does get drafted to Golden State, they're gonna have to use him in a trade package, I think, to a team that needs a point guard. To where, you know, if a player's playing point guard, he can move to the 2 spot, you know? Shout out to Clay Pro. He says, "Yep, Kyrie is losing money if he doesn't play. Not playing is not in his best interest." Well, he's not going to be able to play anyway because people also need to remember this. Kyrie signed a big contract in the offseason, so people forget that Kyrie also makes money. So yeah, he's the vice president of the PA, just like Chris Paul, because Chris Paul making a lot of money too. So what I'm basically trying to tell both CP3 and Kyrie is you both have resources, just like what Dwight Howard just said, that we have the resources that the majority of our community does not. Ding. Well, LeBron did play with no talent 2 times in 2018 and 2007 in terms of the Cavs roster. Not talented. I disagree. All right. What is that business about Luka not being in shape? I heard he's about 30 pounds heavier. But fortunately for him, he's got over a month to get back in shape, so I think he'll be fine. I feel like quarantine's been doing that, obviously. I can agree with you, therefore, bro. They should have canceled. Braun is in a damn if you do or don't position. If he plays, he's selfish. If he doesn't, he knows that he wasn't going to get a chip. Just run it. But you also got to understand this, Freddie Gee. The media is going to play to whatever narrative too. That's why I continue to say that even if Braun is in a damn if he does and damn if he don't position, the media is going to make it bigger than what it seems because they got their excuses lined up too. So it's both ways. It really goes both ways, to be honest. And that's why I said that even though at times I could get on LeBron, I try to be fair on that aspect. Rico Suave, what's up? LeBron 2018 squad. All right. My phone is acting stupid. It's not letting me comment for some reason. Well, you got to comment in here, but I got you, Celtics legend, no doubt. Sorry to hear that, man. Hope everything is able to fix up, but appreciate you for being on the stream, man. Clay Pro says to risk one of the players catching would be devastating. Yeah, we wouldn't want that, man. We wouldn't. That's what people need to understand. That even if this is to start back up, I just fear what's going to happen to one of the players if they were to catch something. Like if y'all think the players will go 30 days without and seeing their families think again. And remember, they're being quarantined. Trying to see. Okay, it's Friday. You remember Hood from Portland? All right, the one thing that Draymond and Russell Westbrook have in common is that outside noises, off-court fans, refs get to them, and players know how to get to them as well. That's true. Hood was hitting big shots. Sorry, but every team who is able to achieve the final in some ways, they need to have talent. That's very true. Very true. As soon as the expectations left, he was fine. I wonder why he couldn't do that. He was probably scared. I was watching this video earlier, and it said when AD in 2013 was on the ground with his tongue out getting spanked and thought it was funny. Oh, really? Interesting. Everybody can't shine with the camera on them. That's true. That's a good point. They are. Only spot up players dwell with LeBron. LeBron doesn't allow players to play their natural position. Anthony Davis isn't allowed to speak unless given permission by Rich Paul. All right. Hood is a spot up shooter. Couldn't hit. Actually, not really. Hood could put the ball on the floor, though. Hood could put the ball on the floor. He's not really a spot up shooter. If you look at how he played in Utah, he was a spot up. He put the ball on the floor. Yeah, I mean, yeah, good thing. The Joker looks great, man. I thought that was Kristaps Porzingis for a second, but no, it was. Wow. Exactly, Tyree. Braun is a beast, but when you play with him, you would have to change your game. Braun doesn't allow players to play within themselves. Yeah, he's really thin. I heard James Harden's pretty thin too. Shout out to Jay in the building. Shout out to the Warrior. He says, "How can we be our own nation?" It's got to start small. To be honest with you, it's really got to start small. It starts small, and the way that we can be our own is, again, you have to have the right people around you in terms of how you want to build your community, because you have to understand something. We're in a world where you're not going to convince everybody to be down for the cause, because everybody thinks differently. There's people who enjoy this life of people getting disrespected, people getting killed and stuff like that, you know. But the reason I said it starts when, because it's like we gotta start fixing our own community. That's why this is what I'm saying. You have to start really with ourselves. I mean, look at how people are destroying each other in our own communities, and the news, they don't really pay attention to that. So I'm wondering, I'm really wondering. Raduni thinks that LeBron is what he's trying to do is use the media to make Kyrie appear like a fool. This is why I continue to say that I feel like that there's still a rivalry between those two, and that people were saying that Kyrie and LeBron, they're cool and they respect, and I'm like, man. I said I smell phony with that. I said they still got a rivalry. Trust me, they still got a rivalry going on, and I could just see it just with this kind of back and forth with the sentiments. I guarantee you one thing: neither one of those players are ever going to confront on talking about an issue like this. Neither one of those two. No, Hook could spot up, but I'm saying he could put the ball on the floor, bro. Nobody's losing money if they don't play and play resume. And like I said, this is about money at the end of the day, man. And Freddie Gee was like, Lou, that's like saying would KD go back to OKC without CP3, Shea, and Gallinari. But that's my point. I'm saying the minute LeBron lost, he saw Kyrie sign that $90 million contract. You ain't think he was gonna go? You didn't think he was gonna go? Sorry, but LeBron is not that beast because he's always faced hard competition. All right. Can I call you the Ultimate Warrior? Oh, that's a nice name. I mean, if you're cool with it, Warrior. That if you're cool with it, the Warrior. Uh, Give me Corver as a spot up shooter than Hood in Cleveland. Hood was, but the thing is, it fits Corver more because he's a shooter. Shout out to anybody like sports. All right, because Hood is not a spot up shooter. Dude, he needs the ball in his hands. Cavs had talent, but they were inconsistent. Tell him, Tyree, Hood can shoot, but he's not a spot up shooter. Nah, he's more of a he's a volume scorer, man. He's a volume scorer. But that was at Duke. What was he doing in the NBA? That's different. What was he doing in the NBA? At Duke, he was a spot up shooter, but in the NBA, he was putting the ball on the floor a lot more. Yeah, once he has the ball in his hands, then he can hit up the spot up shot. Yeah, exactly. Because in the NBA, his game changed. He's somebody who had the ball in his hands. Because the system that Duke is running is not going to be the same system that running in the NBA when he was with Kurt Schneider. That wasn't his primary role in Utah. The way we can be our own nation, stop looking for validation from certain people that you know. That's my point. Because the problem with our community is that we're continuing to look for we're looking for hugs, we're looking for validation. We should not be trying to look for validation. That's only the giving people more reason to ignore us. So we should not be looking for validation. Man, Freddie Tatum looked like a spot up shooter at Duke. It's a product of that system. College is not the best barometer for a player's skill set. That's what I'm trying to say. Kyrie is cancerous to any franchise, in my personal opinion. Look, Kyrie proved it. Kyrie proved it. Just by the way that he talks with his mannerisms sometimes, like you could just kind of tell. In an ideal world, Hood would be my third at most, but fourth ball handler on my team, I don't feel comfortable giving him the keys to the offense all game. They didn't give it to him all game, though. They didn't give it to him all game. Appreciate you, Tomoko, 18th like. What's up? Shout out to my man Sly, man. I saw a little bit of your first video. I gotta watch the rest of it. Yo, guys, if you can, make sure y'all go subscribe to Sly's channel. Anybody like sports? He just put up a video up on MJ on the 87-88 season. I gotta watch the rest of it, but it started out pretty dope. I just gotta see the rest of it. Been busy, but I thought it was great. I thought it was awesome. Um, Let me just go through the chat before I finish reading the rest of this article. You can't compare college to the NBA. You have to change your game in the NBA. Well, that's what he's kind of become now because he has more responsibility now. Luke Kennard, you underrate Hood, bro. And like I said, Hood didn't flourish because he was playing in the LBJ system. No one can flourish playing under LeBron if LBJ always has the ball. TK, what's up? Robin Hood, I see. Okay. Players have struggled with Kobe because of the pressure he put on them. Players have struggled with LeBron with that LeBron style. Some of the players' best years were with Kobe, not so much with so and so. I have not gotten a hold of her. She did send me a message. I have to kind of check it out. So, I mean, she did comment on some of my videos, um, but I'm pretty sure that she's been busy. So I got to get in touch with her at some point. Haven't been able to, but I'll try to get in contact with her. Hood was never worth the money, man. He was looking for he before though. Can't overpay him or you're losing a lot of money. That was the issue I had with Ronnie Hood. Good player, but I don't think he's worth, all that money. Tyree says, Lewis, thank you again for adding me on the show the other day. Oh, no problem, Tyree. Appreciate you being on as a guest. Like I said, guys, make sure y'all go subscribe to anybody like sports, man. Sly has some good content on that first video. So show my man some love. As you guys know out here in the chat to the other subscribers who have been subscribed to my channel, make sure y'all go and show him some love and go subscribe to his channel. It's pretty good. She just hasn't been in the stream for a minute. Right. Just because he can attack closeouts and run two pick and rolls, two run pick and rolls a game does not mean he's a primary ball. Nobody said he's a primary ball handler. We're just telling you what he does more. We're just telling you what he does more, man. Nah, I disagree with that, man. I disagree. He talked to her 2 weeks ago. All right. Uh, Shout out to Trey Hardison. Hood could be a six man. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, he's definitely a six man for sure. For sure. I mean, Hood's come off the bench before. He's been able to start. He's been able to come off the bench. Yeah, for sure. Again, shout out to Trey Hardison for coming through in the building, man. And again, guys, make sure you're sharing this on your social media outlets and make sure that you are smashing the like button and hitting the subscribe button for the Lewis Sports Network. We have 15 people currently watching. We got 19 likes. And I think I missed Tide the Pod's. Wait, I think I might have missed something. Not really sure. Let me go back. Hold on. I think I might have missed something. No, I guess not. It kind of passed through. All right. Uh, Raduni says LeBron James is not the leader. All he does is use the power that. Hmm. I mean, there's been a lot of rubbing. In. Are you doing a new football trivia? Yes, I'm gonna do a new football trivia. I apologize, ladies and gentlemen. Last night, I was doing the football trivia and the video got taken down, unfortunately, for inappropriate content. But I don't know what's going on. But YouTube is obviously on their bugging game because for some reason they deem me asking questions and people answering questions on a football trivia was inappropriate. I don't understand it, and the video got taken down. I appealed and I got the video back. I really don't understand it. I try to keep it as PG as possible, but it's nuts out here in YouTube land. I'm gonna say this again. So G Money mentions about the whole thing with Kobe. I'm gonna say this right now once again for those who have called me kind of like a Kobe fanboy and all this kind of stuff, and I have admitted that I was a Kobe fanboy. But I'm gonna say this again. Kobe was not the greatest teammate in the first half of his career. I've seen this man's career for 20 years. He was not the best teammate. Part of the issues was he was young, so he really couldn't do things like with the veteran players. So he was already an introvert from that aspect. Then, as he got older, Kobe at times could be very selfish because Kobe had a lot of individual goals set, and he was kind of more about he wanted to win, but he wanted to win at his cost. A lot of superstars think that way. And unfortunately, he was playing with Shaq, so that didn't help. Two alpha males on one team, that's going to cause a lot of issues and a lot of friction. And then you add Phil Jackson, another dude who's got a big ego. So you got three big egos. Their three big egos helped them win three championships in a row, right? Oh, ladies and gentlemen, by the way, I have a video coming out on Tuesday about the 2002 Western Conference Finals between the Lakers and the Sacramento Kings. There was a lot of research that I dug up, and I saw the series from games 1 through 7, and I'm actually going to watch the series again. And I pulled out some interesting facts about that series. And the title of it is 2002 Western Conference Finals, were the Kings screwed out of that series for a chance to win the NBA title? Make sure y'all pull up for that one. That one's going to be really interesting. I think you're going to like for some of the stuff that I have to say on that one. But yeah, Kobe became a better teammate the second half of his career once they started to build around Kobe the right way. I know Kobe gets a lot of flack for his leadership and stuff like that, but Kobe was not the best leader in the first half of his career. Despite the fact that, obviously he had a lot of challenges going up against him, first 2 years off the bench and all that kind of stuff. And shout out to Trey Hardison for becoming a new subscriber. Appreciate you, Trey. Appreciate the new sub. Um, but yeah, uh, if you want to believe, that's fine. Okay. Let's see. Richard says a lot of players look better or worse in that Duke system. College, he says Sook. College is based off of systems that maximize teamwork, while the NBA tries to make the game more open to allow for more excitement. Yeah, because you really have to play like a team, in college. Even though sometimes, to some extent, some players can, still in a way kind of get selfish, but they have to really learn the team game during their years in college. Hood would be my Robin's Robin, not greater. Right. No, I agree with Rodney Hood being a sixth man. That's true. Yeah, that's what Hood is. He's not your second best. He's your third or fourth best player. Yeah, he's more of a shot creator. I mean, I've seen that dude. Um, Good news, everyone. Green Eggs and Ham has a season two. That's good news to hear. Why not soccer trivia? That's a good idea. I mean, I could do that. Um, I'm not, like I said, I'm not familiar with soccer, but I could do a soccer trivia. I mean, Raduni, if you'll pull up for the soccer trivia, I'll definitely do it for sure. It's out of my element, but hey, something that the Lewis Sports Network wouldn't try. So I definitely would do it, Raduni. Oh man, shout out to Raduni. Kobe is old school, man. He may be the last MJ type. True. Nobody's saying that he's strictly a spot up shooter. Matter of fact, most of his shots are spotting up. Kobe Harden and T Mac are off the dribble scores, not Rodney Hood. Yeah, but he played with a lot of vets. If people that understood the league. Yeah, no, he was traded to a veteran team. So spot up. Uh-huh. 2002. People keep saying that the refs saved the Lakers, which is not true. The Kings actually shot more free throws this series. And this is why I'm telling you that this is going to be very, very, very deceiving as the information that I pulled up. I'm going to break that down in detail. I'm actually going to what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the link in the chat, and I want you guys to put a lot of likes. And I'm pretty sure, and I want a lot of Lakers and Kings fans to pull up for that one, because there's going to be some stuff that dudes are not going to want to hear from that one. So I definitely for sure want to I want to put the share on that video. So once I do that, I'm definitely going to pull up. Let me just share. I'm going to share that video, and I'm going to put it in the chat. Here it is. There is the paste. So guys, make sure to smash the like for that Kings video. I'm telling you, it's going to be a dandy. We got 21 likes in the building. We have 20 people watching. Okay, continue to get the likes and continue to get the view count up, ladies and gentlemen. Jay says Hood is a better one dribble pull up player than a spot up shooter. Yeah, even if that dribble is a side dribble. It's true. Yeah. What if the system releases episode with character who is a basketball player, supposedly surpassing MJ said in our lifetime? Do you think Matt Groening predicts the future accurately? Who knows? Who knows? I know that in game six of the Western Conference Finals in 2002, a lot of crazy calls went down and the Kings got robbed. I will say that they got kind of robbed of that game. But like I said, I'm going to leave that juicy stuff for Tuesday. But I already put the link in the chat. So again, make sure you guys hit the like button for that and make sure you guys spread out, because I got a lot of stuff to talk about on that one. This is a conversation ender. 70 to 88% of Hood shots are literally assisted. Google it up. If he was going off the dribble as much as y'all say, then why is that number so high? Somebody want to answer Freddie in the chat? Hey, Lewis, I don't know, but I've noticed that I haven't seen or heard from Bert for a minute. Oh, true. Bro, I watch Hood. Hood is not a spotter type player, man. He could put the ball on the floor and he could create his own shot. I'm not saying that Hood hasn't been assisted baskets. I wouldn't even give Hood third best on my team, maybe fourth or fifth. No, I'm telling you, I got some stuff, man. Facts. That's why I say that he's not a scorer, more of a spot up shooter and can attack closeouts, nothing more, nothing less. Well, I mean, he could put the ball in the hole, but I wouldn't call him an elite. He's not an elite scorer. Like I said, one dribble, but that's not somebody who is really like spot up. If you kind of do a one, well, I'm gonna put it like this: he does a one dribble either to the right or the left side, and then he pulls up for a shot. I'll put it that way. But I wouldn't really call him a spot up shooter because when you're a spot up shooter, you're waiting for the ball to come to your hands to shoot the ball. That's like what a spot up shooter is. You have a spot on the floor. But when Ronnie has the ball in his hand, it's what he does with the rock, and it's kind of a, you know. So I say that he could kind of do a one dribble pull up. He's not somebody who consistently attacks off the dribble. That I'm not saying. Nah, it actually goes beyond that. I'm telling you, you will see. I don't agree with that college system. All systems go down to most talented players. I gave too much time to Ronnie Hood because he ain't worth it. Assists are kind of different now. Hood's entire career. Wish they would break that down. Shout out to the sports critic. Appreciate you, man, coming through. People need to look at the King's lyrics. That's the problem, and that's why I'm gonna bring that video up on Tuesday. It's a lot more than that, man. You might be right now with the one and dones, man. But if you notice, most championships are won by older college teams. They have a few years to learn the system. Oh, that's big facts, Richard. The one and done players don't, for the most part, that decide to go to the NBA because they have a chance to make more money. They don't really stay. They don't really stay to really like truly learn the system and what it is to play in a team game. So yeah, that's true. The ones that win the championships usually have the more experience, and you're talking about anywhere from sophomores to juniors to seniors. Security on the stream for Tuesday, man. Be ready. Offs. That Lakers Kings one, I'm telling you, it's gonna be crazy, man. It's gonna be crazy. It's going great, going great, sports critic. Hope everything is good with you. Shout out to Ron Cowan in the building. What is good, my brother? Make sure, oh guys, man, if you guys haven't, man, make sure y'all go subscribe to the Sports Critic. Make sure you guys go subscribe to his channel. I'm gonna actually leave the link to his channel in the chat. So let me just type in Sports Critic real quick, man. I want you guys go and help support Sports Critic. He's really close to 800 subscribers. If you guys can show my man support and definitely go subscribe to his channel. Um, we could definitely get there, man. But definitely subscribe to his channel. He's got great content. Like I said, he does podcasts. He does I heard that he was a movie critic, so I mean, I'm interested to see if he's ever to bring that back. Sports critic, let me know. I would love to get your take on, different movies. I would actually like to know what are your favorite movies. That would be very interesting to look at. I think that's pretty cool. Uh, he interviews other YouTubers. He does a My Career on NBA 2K, and he also does Madden. And he does pretty much also sports talk. So I mean, he's got really good content, man. And what he's about is he's about engaging, with his subscribers. He's with the subs. So again, man, shout out to Sports Critic, man, and I'm going to leave a link to his channel so you guys can go subscribe to him in the chat. So I need people right now, if you guys can, make sure I left the link to one of his videos, man. Make sure you guys go subscribe to the Sports Critic right now. Go subscribe to my man Sports Critic right now. Like I said, what's good, my man? Hey, shout out to my man Maze, man. It's all right, man. I appreciate you being here. Shout out to Josh, man. Um, Shout out to my man Josh the Goat. Appreciate you. It's okay, Maze. The fact that you're here, man, is all that matters, man. You good, bro. If Hood doesn't dribble pull up, he may step into his shot. Can be counted as a spot up shooter, but that isn't the old school spot up shooter. Well, that's kind of like what I'm really talking about. He's kind of not. He's really not like the. He's a spot up shooter, but he's not the typical old school spot up shooter. That's kind of what I'm saying with Ronnie Hood. He's not the typical old school spot up shooter. Like if you look at what today's players are, it's kind of like what they were traditionally to what they are today. It's kind of like it's a little bit different. So, so if I pump fake the closeout dribble one time to set up my shot, is that a spot up or going off the dribble? In your eyes, in my opinion, that ability is a part of the spot. That ability is a part of the spot up role. Well, if you just listen to what I just said, like I said, I wouldn't say a traditional spot up, but I feel what you're saying though. All right, man. And Jay says, yeah, good people, man. And again, hey Lewis, if you're into movies, I know a YouTube channel whom you might be interested. His name is Token Dave. Okay, I'll remember that. Okay. Who disliked the stream? I swear, if one of y'all did, man, y'all are hate. I mean, I'm cool with that, Maze. It really doesn't matter. There's people who have disliked my videos before, man. It's, I don't look at that as a big deal. Again, if you like the video, you like the video. If you dislike the video, that's fine. You dislike the video. Doesn't matter. And yo, thank you to Tyree for subscribing to the channel. Thank you to, Jay. My favorite movie is Al Pacino. Oh man, those are great movies. Great movies. Great, great, great. Richard says, yeah, I know. Uh, thank you, Tyree. Where is the link, Sports Critic? It's the Sports Critic. I'm not a mod, so I can't put the link. Freddie, that's pull up. Yeah, pull up. I'm gonna put the link again, Anthony L. I'm gonna put the link up again to one of his videos right here, Anthony. So right there, you guys can so right here, if you guys can look on the screen right there, just make sure you guys go and then it'll just show up on his channel. You can also just type in the Sports Critic and man, go subscribe to that man's channel, man. That dude's got great content. Great, great content. And shout out to the people who have subscribed to his channel. Appreciate that. And I just want to see my fellow YouTubers do well, man, and succeed. That's what it's all about. You got to pay to not to play. That's right. To pay or not to play. Exactly. All right. If that dribble is a side dribble, then I would give that a spot up status. Mm-hmm. And then everybody, okay, man. So you got a couple of new subscribers, man. That's what's up. Appreciate that, guys. To pay or not to play. That is the question. Okay. Let's see. Lewis, have you watched the TV series All American? No, I haven't. I have not seen it, but I know it is a good show. Got to get on that. My favorite movie is Hancock and Get Rich or Die Trying. My preference. I did see Hancock. It was a good movie. I can see that too. Depends on how they get the shot up. My example wasn't going in any direction like how Ray Allen or Steph Curry pump fake closeouts. Oh yeah, no, the haircut looks good on you, sports. It looks good, man. Don't be a menace. All right. Rodney Hood is a little version of Steven Jackson who could create his own shot but also play without the ball. That's actually not a bad comparison, Raduni. That's not a bad comparison. I feel you. Uh, yeah, like I said, man, it looks good, man. Oh yeah, man, definitely, man. We could definitely do this again. And I'm actually gonna do an Orlando Magic, all-time Orlando Magic video. I'm actually gonna invite you sometime this week. I did hear that your birthday is this Tuesday. Am I right or am I wrong? I think I heard that I think it was Alex's stream or was it your stream? I don't remember, but yesterday. But I believe it's your birthday, so happy early birthday to you. That's number one. And if you're not busy sometime this week, when I do the Magic video, I'll have you on as a guest, and then we could talk about a lot of Orlando Magic history, and kind of enlighten our subscribers, man, how much well your Orlando Magic. I think it'd be a great stream. So definitely let me know if you want to do that, and obviously you have my Twitter, so we could talk through there, and let me know what you're thinking. I'll definitely get something set up. And yeah, man, like I said, the haircut was real pretty good. Uh, Side dribble is what I was getting at, not going forward or backwards. Yeah, that's what I pretty much said. Side dribble. I could get with that, man. Kyrie on some Professor Xavier ish. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And all right, cool. I will let you know probably anywhere from probably like maybe Thursday or Friday, most likely. I'll let you know and then at the time, man. Oh wow. Yeah, so I'm looking at a Thursday or Friday. I will let you know the time. Just gotta get a touch up on that. Hood usually gets hot like Steven Jacks could at times. Nice comparison. No, it's a very solid comparison though. I can't front. That was actually a pretty solid comparison. That was actually a pretty solid comparison. Not to put the tone down, but my great grandpa just died, and we are having his funeral tomorrow. Oh man, I'm so sorry to hear that, man. Yo, rest in peace to your grandfather, and I hope I'm praying for you and your family. My condolences to you, Mace. I'm sorry to hear that. Um, may he rest in peace. And I know you guys are gonna get through this. I know it's gonna be very difficult, for a little brief period of time. So I know it's gonna be hard, but just as long as your family stays together, man, you guys are gonna get through it together. I'm sorry to hear that, man. But my condolences to your grandfather and my condolences to your family. May he rest in peace. I'm sorry about that. Well, I think shout out to Brandon Nicholson. He says, "What's up, Lewis Sports Network?" Man, what's up to you, Brandon? Appreciate you for coming through. Um, I mean, praying for you, man. I would say that Jax is a better defender. Oh yeah, I think offensively they're very similar, but Steven Jax is definitely a better defender. Okay, Ryan says, Lewis, is there a player on a team that is or were on an All NBA team that you saw and thought why? Are you talking about an All NBA team? Is that what you're saying? And appreciate Brandon Nicholson to come through. And like I said, guys, smash the like button and hit the subscribe for the Lewis Sports Network. And make sure you're sharing this on your social media outlets. Shout out to Brandon for coming through. Jay says, okay, man, I know things are pretty crazy out here in the streets, man. Um, like I said, prayers out there to him. I know things are pretty crazy. And, I'm sorry to hear that death, man. That's something that nobody should be able to go through. Okay, so let me continue on the Dwight Howard article in the meantime, ladies and gentlemen. I just wanted to do that just to thank you to Moko. That's right, man. We pray together. That's what we do here, man. Uh, definitely, Grandpa is definitely in a better place. Oh, no problem, Brandon. No problem, man. Make sure to let other people know about the channel as well, and just continue to spread on social media. But appreciate you for coming through, man. That's right. That's right, man. The LSN mod gang, the LSN gang, everybody, man. Everybody's here together. And like I said, man, we all love each other and we appreciate one another, whether we agree or disagree. It's all love. It's all family, man. That's what it's about, man. This is what true support brings. That's all it is, man. Um, Let me continue reading the Dwight article. So it says that judging from Howard's words, and that was a fine speech, by the way. If It doesn't seem like the former Defensive Player of the Year will join the Lakers when the NBA comes back in Orlando this July. That's interesting for me because if he doesn't come back, that's a big loss. And if Adam Silver is thinking about having people from the D League or from the G League rather join NBA rosters, I wonder who they could bring in to fill that role because then they're going to have to quickly get acclimated with what's going on. And that's just not a lot of time for people, but at the same time, because of Dwight Howard's role, they're just going to need somebody who could just kind of fulfill Dwight Howard's role because Dwight Howard's really not doing much. He's just getting offensive rebounds, playing defense, uh, doing pick and rolls, and being using his athleticism. From a basketball standpoint, this will likely become an issue the purple and gold will need to address quickly, as they have enjoyed great production from Howard this season. Despite averaging career lows across the board, he's playing his role well and has been a positive factor defensively for the Lakers. I mean, he's also hasn't been a distraction. Through 62 games, he's 34 years old, by the way. 7.5 points, 7.4 rebounds in less than 20 minutes a night. Personally, Howard could be very well on his way to winning his first NBA championship, with the Lakers standing among the favorites to win it all. However, for Dwight, more pressing issues are at stake. The Black Lives Matter movement has caused a divide on whether the return of the NBA would distract people from focusing on the real world issue of racism. Irving initially drew some flack from a lot of people on his stance on those in favor of resuming the NBA season. LeBron is among those against Kyrie, as he is advocating that he can still become a voice for change even while playing basketball. It's a wonder how James will react to his current Lakers teammate. Howard is supporting Kyrie's position. There was a report that came out already saying that there's actually going to be no divide in the locker room. I just don't know if that's true or not. I feel like there's just a lot of mixed reports on who's on what side. Peaceful protests are still ongoing all over the U.S. over the death of George Floyd, an African American who was killed in police custody in Minneapolis. Several NBA players have used their voice to fight the injustices happening in America, while some even join rallies in their respective cities. And there is the end of the Dwight article. And not even going to tell about the relationship. No, don't want that. Okay, so it says Kyrie Irving reportedly relishing clash with LeBron. He's relishing this over the restart in Orlando. So he's relishing this back and forth, quote unquote. Kyrie is a flat earther. that uh, it's a mess, man. It really is a mess. Have to remember that Dwight lost one of his children's. Yeah, I would add free agents if willing and if it's all safe. I see the NBA is desperate. I mean, it's both ways, man, to be honest. I'm mad at Kyrie for that. So forget him. When I got to boat with him when I was sick because my family would not let him not to boat even though he was 72. Interesting. So this is a part of why I say cancel the season. I just feel like there's too much going on. Hey man, Dylan. Shout out to Dylan Savage in the building. Appreciate you. Yeah, he is a weird dude. I've noticed that about him. I noticed that. Ryan says the media is trying to feel out who's the next face after LBJ. Seeing what's happened lately, it seems the media is going towards Kyrie. But this is just a weird spot, Ryan, and here's why I say that because Kyrie, yeah, he has a really nice voice, but my issue is he sounds like if he's going to be the voice for the Players Association, not really somebody who's really trying to play basketball. Because I really feel like Kyrie's going to be the type of dude that is going to retire early. I could see that. I could see that. I really could see that. And like I said, I could see it from both sides, honestly. I really could see it from both sides on why Kyrie feels like there shouldn't be an NBA season, and then as to what he says there should be one. There's just a lot of weird stuff going on. According to reports, there could be more than 60% of players possibly not wanting to play with the Disney bubble standards. Well, that's why I was. Well, you know what, Jay? That's why I was saying that I was wondering who was doing this voting process when they said that there were players, a lot of players who said that that they're convinced that they want to play this NBA season. I'm not saying that there aren't players that want to play, but if there's a 60% rate of players that don't want to play, then you have to ask yourself who are these 40% that voted? Because we already know about LeBron, we know about Kuzma, we know about Danny Green. Obviously, we know about Chris Paul. Chris Paul is the president of the Players Association. Kyrie stepped in as the vice president, I believe, because I believe Pau Gasol was the vice president, and he stepped down, and Kyrie was able to step in to become vice president. Man, the thing is, Kyrie's gonna get a hard time, Tyree, because again, because of his relationship and his connection with LeBron, he's always gonna get a bad rap no matter what. I mean, it's possible, man. It's very possible. Who knows? It's like I said, it's gonna be divided regardless, man. It's gonna be divided pretty much regardless. Let CP3 be the top VP of the league. He's already the president. And last time I checked, president is above the VP. I know he's in that boat in heaven, right? Probably, man. Well, that depends. That depends, Dylan. You know why I say that it's gonna depend? Because you have to understand the players that are playing. For example, let's say that Kawhi Leonard wins his ring. They're gonna say it's an asterisk because of what's going on. Now, let's say that LeBron wins. There's going to be people who are going to say, the media is going to say that, well, it counts because it means that much more. And although there are going to be people who think that it's an asterisk, but there are going to be other people who say that they don't think so. Yeah, I know it's scary, man. I hear you, man. Kyrie is talented, but he has to understand, man. This country does need sports. I feel you on that, sports critic. I feel you on that. I said that. Look, I said that as long as that it's safe, it's all good. Like I said, you don't want to run the risk that somebody gets something and then they have to push back or they have to cancel again. Because remember, the way things are lined up, the regular season for next year is supposed to start December 1st. And the playoffs, the playoffs are supposed to start in September. So when you consider the fact that you have the draft lottery on the 25th, the season is supposed to resume on the 30th and 31st. Then you have the NBA, then you have the NBA draft, which is the 15th, so that's 3 days after the finals, and then free agency begins October 18th, and then the season starts on December 1st. I think what's going to happen is they're probably going to eliminate training camp, and players are going to have to start doing practices. But I mean, it would help if you're doing scrimmages against different basketball teams, man. Anthony Davis isn't his own man. Oh yeah, we know that already. I don't really believe he wants to play. He's only saying yeah because he signed with Anthony Davis is a great player, but everybody knows he's a yes man already. Like I said, that the best way that Anthony Davis stays with the Lakers is if the Lakers at least get to the NBA Finals. At the very least, if they get to the finals, they don't have to win the NBA Finals necessarily, but if they get to the finals, Anthony Davis will stay because that's going to convince Anthony. Well, we were very close to get to the NBA title. My concern is what's going to hurt Anthony Davis is going to be his contract, especially with the CBA, possibly with what happened with the CBA, and because of this whole situation with this pandemic, you know, a lot of pockets are being hurt. To be honest with you, you got to ask yourself this question too: why haven't NBA owners spoken out on this? Steve Ballmer's been pretty quiet. We already know what James Dolan's stance is on this and is already on this. The only guys that have really spoken out on this has been Mark Cuban and yeah, so Mark Cuban has kind of really been one of the only people to really kind of really speak out on this. When you look at NBA owners, though, did not know that. That's crazy to know, Tomoko. Huh? What has but LeBron Broussard been saying lately? Haven't heard from him. Well, LeBron Broussard has been really talking about. He's actually been talking about the Clippers a lot and Kawhi Leonard. But here's the problem. I don't really trust these media, has to be honest with you, because Chris Broussard is talking real nice about Kawhi Leonard and the Clippers. But I feel like if LeBron wins the title, he'll go back on his bandwagon. I'm just saying Chris is really playing games, man. And then you got Max Kellerman. He's been talking about Kawhi. Yes, he has, and he's on the Kawhi bandwagon right now. But he's only going to be there until LeBron wins. If LeBron wins, you're going to see Max Kellerman jump right back on the LeBron bandwagon. That's why I said I don't trust. I don't really trust Broussard and Max Kellerman. They really know how to fool casuals out here. They're not fooling me, bro. Yeah, August 17th will be the start of the playoffs. I just read, man. I'm against playing if this bubble isn't really a bubble. It's an asterisk regardless who wins, in my opinion. No, I feel you, Freddie, but I just don't. I just think that nah. LeBron, listen. Kawhi Leonard wins. LeBron fans and certain media members are going to say Kawhi took advantage because players were sitting out. It's really going to go. To me, to be honestly fair, it's. I feel like it is an asterisk. The problem is the media is going to play to the certain narrative. They're going to say it's not an asterisk with LeBron James. Trust me, they're going to say that. I feel what you're saying, Freddie, and I agree with you. I'm just saying it's not going to be that way if he were to win. Raduni says, no, man, you have too much sports. All your country needs is more to establish the moral and order. That side of the brow really let me down. You know, I used to share my videos before. Okay, I read that part. LeBron is pushing for bad reasons, unless this bubble can be a true bubble. Also, the owner is not going to be there because of risk for being, yeah, that's very true. It's very true. Again, guys, the chat has been lit tonight. Keep smashing that like and keep hitting that subscribe for the Lewis Sports Network. You guys are killing it tonight right now. The media's adage, LeBron's way or no ways. Does it? Yeah, it really doesn't matter. I mean, you should see what Nick Wright has been talking about in comparison with James Harden and Kawhi Leonard. Only mandatory testing is supposedly the people in this bubble. Man, I just think that there's a lot at stake here. I just think it's not going to be a good look for the league if one of these guys gets sick, and that's just something that I don't want. You know, that's what really stinks about this whole thing. You know, and when I mean it's pretty bad, it's pretty bad. Smash the like button, hit the subscribe button for your boy Lewis Sports Network. And Freddie's asking for the link. Basketball is like the safest sport I could think of because other sports are prone to serious injuries depending on the play, but basketball as a sport seems pretty safe compared to others. Well, if it's not as physical, because if it's physical, trust me, it could become difficult. It could become pretty difficult. Okay, so let me get to this last article, ladies and gentlemen, right here with Kyrie. Did y'all see how is the process to be tested? And I'm sure none of the players want. I heard about that. Jay, if you could pull up the article, pull it up in the chat, and definitely take a look at. I'll definitely take a look at that one. I mean, it's pretty crazy. Smash the like, hit that subscribe. All right, let me get to this article right here with Dwight. So, with Kyrie, excuse me. Brooklyn Nets All-Star point guard Kyrie Irving emerged as a tough as nails fighter against the NBA's proposed restart in Orlando, Florida. The one-time NBA champion who spearheaded a call with over 100 players to discuss a supposed united message. Now could be on the wrong side with former teammate LeBron James and the rest of the league too. According to Blank's Adrian Wojnarowski, Kyrie Irving, who's 28 years old, discussed personal issues with the proposed NBA resumption plan approved by both the Board of the Governors, franchise owners, and NBPA with the Players Union. Sources say Irving acts as an injured player if he would count among the Nets' allotted 35 people should he want to join the Orlando bubble. Could he sit in the stands to cheer on his teammates? Use a sauna for his rehab? Additionally, and more intriguingly, the former Boston Celtics point guard resistance against the league's ending its now 3+ month long hiatus has now put a thorn in the side of LeBron James, with whom he won a title in Cleveland. Irving's stance has pitted himself against the league's establishment one more time, including his former Cavaliers teammate LeBron James. There's significant support to resume the season among the league's superstars, most of whom are on playoff contenders, and Irving seems to be relishing the clash. Irving left Cleveland on bad terms, forcing a trade to Boston before the 2017-2018 season, where the Cavs would once again compete in the NBA Finals and lose to the Golden State Warriors. Irving later had issues, reportedly with teammates on the Celtics, leading to his free agency decision going to the New York Borough with two-time champion forward KD. Irving Irving's star appeal could win favor among players and teams not in contention to start opposing the plan to restart the NBA at the end of July, while other stars like James have pushed to press play on the season and head into the playoffs. And also remember that LaMarcus Aldridge will not be back this season because he had shoulder injury. He has shoulder surgery. He has shoulder surgery. Saying that right. So with his shoulder surgery, he's not coming back. Ryan says he was tested by the scanner before we had to sign the cap managers. Now we are not sick. Okay. Oh, let it. Okay. Uh, no, Freddie, I'm reading pieces and piecing some of it together. That's why I use words like supposedly or according to reports. Yeah, when you say according to reports, it's like it's something of potential, but you got to piece the information together. And then when it becomes facts, then you're able to display the info. I have to look at that link, man. So when Jay finishes, bringing up the information, he could possibly link it in the chat. As I keep saying, man, once again, shout out to everybody on the Lewis Sports Network that is with me in the chat. Want to thank you guys for always, showing love and support, to the videos. Truly appreciate it. This has been a pretty good stream, I gotta say. This has been really good. Um, so yeah, so here's my take on the whole Kyrie and LeBron situation when it comes to starting this season. I honestly think that although I can understand LeBron's stance, and I know that LeBron is desperate to win a championship because this possibly might be the last opportunity because we don't know what's going to happen in terms of the future going down the line. LeBron is not getting any younger, and he is in win now mode. He is 35 years old. He's in his 17th season. I mean, he'll be 36 when next season starts in December, and because his birthday is on December 30th. So there's that. Uh, if the season resumes, we have to see how the Lakers do. So if the Lakers don't get to the NBA Finals, it's a possibility that Anthony Davis might not come back. And remember, because of the CBA, he's not going to get the contract that he was hoping to get, uh, which is why people thought that he should have signed the extension before. And so he's probably not going to get the money that he wants. So that's going to hurt. And the Lakers are really not in position to really get any more players because they already traded their young players. So they really can't put any real packages together if they were to make a deal, uh, unless they could find somebody. And I also heard that the Lakers are trying to see if they could get Derrick Rose, despite the fact that Derrick Rose already said no. Uh, and he also, and then with Bradley Beal doesn't want to leave Washington. He doesn't want to go. He wants to stay and he wants to be the franchise. And he still feels, and he wants to win a championship with the Wizards. So, I mean, the Wizards are not contenders anytime soon. So it really depends on what happens. But, we'll see what that, we'll see. because sometimes, like I said, players have a tendency to change their mind when they start to notice that their situation isn't getting any better. So we will see what happens. We're going to see. But Kyrie Irving, that dude is a weird dude. I'm gonna say it right now. He's a great player, but he's a weird dude in some of the way he thinks. But again, that's Kyrie Irving. That's his personality. So you just got to take it with a grain of salt. You just got to take it the way he is. I almost said a grain of salt, but you just gotta accept it. That's Kyrie's personality. That's the way he is. So you just look at it that way. Um, but then at the same time, you can also look at it and I think the thing is also it was that a lot of players didn't get a chance to voice their opinion. So I think that's why Kyrie is pretty much doing his job because you have to hear from everybody. That's the thing. Because then it's going to look very biased and it's going to look very bad if just certain players want to play, but we don't know what the other players think and they just decide to play. Because I'm also thinking how players are with their families. I mean, I've heard a couple of players said that it's been great for them to be able to spend time with their families. Uh, it's been great for players who have had injuries that they have a chance to recuperate. Uh, I know some players are not in the best of shape, but they still had an opportunity to get in shape. I mean, look what happened with Nikola Jokic. He took advantage of the opportunity and he looks great. So now what Jokic needs to do now is he just needs to add muscle, and Jokic is going to be a beast. He's going to be a beast. I appreciate it to my man I Buy Houses, man. Showing support, man. That's a real good brother right there. At I Buy Houses. Um, no, AD might not come back. I'm saying depending on what happens this season. So that's what I'm saying, and I'm saying because he's not going to get the money he's expecting. That's the key. They have to go deep. Damn, that's tough, Ryan. That's a good question. My favorite topic. My favorite topic. That's a good question. What's been my favorite topic on these streams? That's a very good question. I'm gonna have to see. Let me see. What is my favorite? It's tough because I've done a lot of streams. I mean, I love the trivia. I've loved the trivia streams. I love doing the basketball games, especially when I get a chance to do the commentary. I think those are always fun because I get to add my emphasis on games. So I always find that interesting for me. I look at those. I kind of look at those are my favorites. And then also when anytime that there's a panel and you guys get a chance to talk, sometimes it always depends on the schedules that not everybody gets a chance to talk. So I kind of do it on my own, depending. But like I said, man, I enjoy those like I said, I just enjoy the interaction, with you guys, with the chats, you know, I enjoy those a lot. So I think that it's pretty cool, anytime. So like I said, I think anytime that I'm doing a live stream where I get to do a game, uh, when I get to do uh when I get to interact with you guys, those are like my favorite streams. I mean, listen, man, I even love the controversy topics about the social justice, man, with what happened with George Floyd. I mean, that was actually one of my favorites because also when I got to do the issues going on in society and we talked about power of the mind, I thought that was a really good topic because it was something different. Even though my uh, even though my channel is mostly about sports, it was good to actually do something different and you got to see a different side of me. So it's like, oh, Lewis can actually even bring an intellectual side to the conversation on not just sports, man, but he could bring something else. So, I mean, those have to be my favorites, man. Shout out to Alex Sports in the building. Yeah, man. And like I said, if you guys can also, man, make sure to go subscribe to Alex Sports' channel as well. Make sure you guys subscribe to his channel as well. Alex has got really good content over there as well, man. So make sure you guys, show him some love as well and subscribe to his channel. I'm gonna leave a link. Let me just go real quick. And I'm gonna make sure to add that. me just rate real quick. Like I said, because Alex has got really good content, man. So I would appreciate if you guys, show him some love and also subscribe to his channel. Just give me a second here. Gonna leave the link to one of his videos down here. All right, man. I left the link. I left the link in there. So you guys, so if you guys see the link, man, make sure that was to one of his videos. Make sure you guys go to his channel and subscribe to his channel. Karam says he thinks AD is going to resign. Bleacher and NY I believe touched the surface of the possible protocols. Got you. I think AD will resign. Okay, AD resigns if they find a way he can get the bag. If they win it and all factors happen, for sure. No problem, Alex Sports. You deserve it. Um, Moses and Elijah have been two of the greatest prophets in the Old Testament, from my personal perspective. Cool, nice. The Lakers pretty much went all in when it comes to their current roster, man. They went for broke. Exactly. That's why it's going to be crucial, because they're really not. Their decision making is going to be really tough for them. What up? What topics or streams have you done where you ended up learning more that you didn't think you would? I would really say doing the social justice, because as much as I try to study up on that, there's a lot more I learned just for the conversations I was having in the chat. So, with Anthony, with Duality, with Kid, Juanetta, you know, everybody was bringing in great points. And it's like everybody brought something different to the table. Like that's something that it's like I got to learn more, as I spoke, and then as you guys were speaking, I thought I learned a lot. Um, Also, it's whenever I have streams where I get to listen to different people. If it's a topic that is something that everybody could talk about, it's pretty. I got to learn a lot. I got to learn a lot when I'm always hearing when I always do collabs. I think collabs are always the best to learn about yourself, especially when you hear experiences from other people, because coming up. But what I mean by collab is when I invite guests to pretty much speak their mind, because it's about wanting to be heard. So people want to, be able to speak out. So it gives me a chance. And like I said, man, this channel is the platform to do it. I know there's other channels that do this, and definitely everybody can obviously do it on other channels, but you know, definitely do it here too. Oh, Ron, they have to do with LeBron's age and AD's unknown. You trade your youth and depth. Yeah, you got to go all in. Yeah, yeah, of course I'm going to be there. Yeah, this 7:30 Eastern time. Definitely going to be there. It's a smart move for him to stay, to be honest. For me, I don't really see him going anywhere, to be honest. And he could really be the face of the franchise, because I don't know who knows how LeBron is gonna. And shout out to Tomoko and Anthony L for subscribing. All right, that's awesome. Yeah, Todd Zone, I feel you, bro. I think it's a smart move for him to stay, and he's right. He says Kyrie has a point in his opinion, but he also misses the NBA. I feel you. I was saying the same thing. I said, man, I'm not going crazy, because I've kept myself busy with some other things, and I'm sure a lot of you guys have had too. But again, sports are being missed. Look what's happening in baseball right now. The players and the owners have not been able to come with a compromise to start the season, and they look like they're on the verge of not starting a season at all. So and it's crazy with spring training. They weren't even they were starting to do that, but then that got canceled, and it's gonna stink, man. Uh, all right. To me, I think Kyrie is trying to stop the season to protect Kevin Durant. Huh. Interesting. I'm surprised nobody brought that up. That's an interesting point because KD does not want to come back, and the media kind of started in on him saying KD will have over 400 days since the injury. Hmm, that is a very good point, I buy houses. Didn't even think about that. It's almost as if the media is trying to force Kevin Durant to possibly have a chance to get injured again, too. The reason I kind of said for Kevin Durant to kind of come back was only just to get himself some reps so that he just kind of gets used to the NBA game by the time he comes back. But you make a great point because we already know how the media feels about Kevin Durant. Because remember, I hate to bring it up, but it's always the common denominator ends up being LeBron James. Why? Because he's fighting with Giannis Antetokounmpo for MVP consideration. Right now, Kawhi Leonard is looking like as LeBron's biggest rival currently right now because he's on the Clippers and they're fighting for the the crown in the Western Conference, and they play the same position. You have Kevin Durant, who ended up winning two Finals MVPs on LeBron's watch, back-to-back years, and he's not liked by the media. Kawhi is not liked by the media with the Kaiser Sose move he pulled off by going to the Los Angeles Clippers. Giannis is considered a threat because he has a chance to win his second straight MVP award, and some people feel that LeBron should be the MVP this year. So I buy houses. You make a great point. Kyrie could be protecting Kevin Durant. That's something I didn't even think about. That's a good point. I will say this: I don't know if they're gonna mind your random comments though, because I've been on that channel. Smart move. Also, I'll send you the link on Twitter so you can join the stream. Cool, cool. Louis, have you had someone in your stream say that they look up to you or an inspiration? Uh, I would say more. I mean, I've heard people say that this is my favorite channel. I've heard people say that you know obviously you produce good content, like pretty much like what all of you guys have been saying. I haven't really heard anybody say that I've been an inspiration to them. I haven't really heard that. Not really, to be honest. I mean, if I am inspiring somebody, then that's great. If not, that's okay as well because I may not be the inspiration, obviously, but it could be somebody else. But it's all good. I just think if you respect what I do, that's all that matters to me, man. It's all about respect at the end of the day. If you don't like what I'm producing, I mean that's cool too. You just move on, man. That's all it is, man. That's all it is. When people dislike the video, it's fine. What I just gotta ask you, what I mean, I've had YouTube videos where it's like I've gotten no dislikes, but it's like you you have to understand that the more your subs go up, the more people are gonna start to notice your channel, and they're not gonna probably agree with what you gotta say. So you're gonna get dislikes on there. So no surprises on there, but in terms of inspiration, I mean, if it does, it does. If it doesn't, that's okay too. I'm just gonna keep on grinding, man, because I know somebody out there appreciates what I do. And like I said, shout out to Ty Zone. Jay says he believes that Irving versus LeBron is kind of like Shaq versus Kobe. Irving is looking like the smaller man, if this more than today's times with what happened. Yeah, I said that this is another Shaq Kobe situation. Yeah, for sure. Now is LeBron's best chance to win without Kyrie. Kyrie's best chance will happen after KD's return and probably a trade or more. I agree with that. Now is LeBron's best chance. Oh, wait, I just read that. My bad, my bad. I buy houses. I disagree that Kyrie is saving KD. So who are the other players saving that want to cancel the season as well? Well, we got to find out, Tyree. And this is why I have to look at the other side of the coin. We also got to see who are the players that are wanting to play. And if this is a 60-40 split, I really got to see who are these players that are talking. Because if one thing I've noticed is that a lot of people try to hide when their agenda is trying to be pushed out there. Because you have to ask yourself, what is this really all about? Is this really about promoting social injustice? Is this stopping another player from or players from trying to win? We got to really figure out what the motive is. This is why I said I feel like that this is it's a little bit weird, man, during this time. And Ty Zone says, I like the fact that you read all comments, man, and I respect you. Hey, man, thank you, and I appreciate that. I always try. Sometimes when I get, too into the stream, especially with what I'm trying to display, I sometimes forget to try to read the comments, so I got to kind of go back. But, you know, I'm really trying to, definitely, have the opportunity to try to read on what all of you guys are saying for sure. So I will try to give you guys that opportunity. Breaking Benjamin has great musical creativity. Sounds like an artist. But yeah, I try to take the time to read everybody's comments on here as much as I can because, usually when your channel's small and not a lot of people are watching, it's a lot easier to like read comments because, like I said, a lot of people are not, they're not viewing the channel and stuff like that. So especially if you're like very small and you're trying to grow, not a lot of people are going to be watching. But much respect to you, Tyzone, and I respect you and I appreciate you for even subscribing to the channel as well. And I always try to take the time to read everybody's comments. Always try to take the time. That's how you interact, and that shows that you care about the people that subscribe to your channel. So I always try to give you guys attention from reading, and also anytime I get the chance where I feel like a panel is needed to want to talk about these discussions. Ryan, probably never again. If so, I would question the severity of the injury because he would be the first to be the best after this type of injury. Better than Nick after the injury is a tall order. True, and like Ryan and like Jay was saying, and I 100% agree with him. The only real player to successfully play after an Achilles injury is Dominic Wilkins. I believe he had a couple of 20 points per game seasons after the Achilles injury. No other player has ever performed like that after the injury. But with your stream, man, we have a voice and opinion. So we in here are a symbol of the thumbs up, thumbs down, pretty much plus minus. If you really want to look at it that way, it's kind of like a plus minus. Um, right. We all respect one another to say what we want to say, not going overboard. Very true, man. And Alex says you're the man. Appreciate that, man. You're definitely the man. I'm actually lucky to have been able to check out your channel, man, because your channel kind of came up on a recommended feed. I saw you were doing some pretty cool stuff. I'll explain more about that tomorrow, but Alex himself has got great content himself. Hey, man, if KD didn't get injured, Brooklyn would be fighting for that top East spot. They'd definitely be in the top 4 of the Eastern Conference. For sure, for sure, for sure. Again, guys, keep smashing that like button and keep hitting that subscribe button, man, for the Louis Sports Network. 20 people watching, 31 likes. Pretty good, pretty good. Pretty good. One of the better streams. And then we have LeBron James in that thumbnail. Let's get back to the main objecto. There it is. LeBron look like he pointing fingers at Kyrie. LeBron, wrong way though. Kyrie to your right, bro. Wait, how? That's crazy. It's funny how they put a thumbnail where Kyrie is covering the basketball that LeBron has in his left hand over his body, covering the number 3 while LeBron is pointing. Because when you saw the thumbnail that I created, it was really hard to try to find a transparent background with Kyrie in a Brooklyn jersey. I was trying to find one and it was hard. So the best one I could do was to put a Cavaliers one of Kyrie and then put LeBron because LeBron recently they put it obviously with the Laker uniform, they got him. So, it was able to put that there. Oh yeah. I'm glad you found me. You're part of this massive. Oh yeah, man. For sure. Appreciate that. Kobe had an opportunity, but everything started breaking down to the point where he couldn't go at all. That wasn't Kobe. That was hard to watch. That at least he came back after each injury and tried. Yeah, man. Because once the Achilles happened, it was pretty much the end of his career. Once he came back from the Achilles, he ends up tearing his ACL and missed 76 games. He already was playing with an injured rotator cuff. He comes back, but he injures it worse on a I think it was either a jump shot, a layup attempt, or a dunk. I don't remember, but it was so bad, and I believe it was in Atlanta that happened. That he missed 47 games, or was it no? Yeah, he missed 47 games doing that rotator cuff, surgery. And Kobe said by 2016 he had no legs. He had no legs. I think Kobe didn't really get a chance to really properly train his body neither. But even then, so again, where it counts is on the NBA floor, and he didn't get to do that. All right. Mhm. If KD didn't get injured, never in Brooklyn, he would have never missed games in Brooklyn, probably. Right. So, again, good point, Tazone. I got a suggestion for the next trivia. Whoever wins gets a wrench. Now, are you saying football, or are you saying NBA trivia? According to my menu, let me just check real quick. I have I have the sports trivia on Tuesday at 8 p.m. Make sure you guys pull up for that one. I have to do another stream on and I have to do another football trivia since that one ended up getting canceled. I was pissed about that one because I thought that I was doing pretty good. Make sure you guys also pull up on Tuesday for that Western Conference Finals. Well, actually, I'm gonna have to change that because I feel like that Western Conference Final one is gonna be a dandy. So I'm actually gonna switch the date on that to Tuesday, the 16th, and I'm gonna switch that to 8 p.m. And the trivia, I'm actually going to do a little bit earlier in the day. Probably going to do that a little bit earlier in the day. Tomorrow, let me put that trivia for, let's see. I think I'm going to put that one for 5 o'clock, especially because I'm going to be on Alex's at, actually, no, even better, 4:30. Let me put that for 4:30. Actually, no. As a matter of fact, I'll still leave it for Tuesday. Yeah, I'll just probably load up a video and then I'll just probably do the baseball one. That's going to be on 12:45 where I talk about the Atlanta Braves, just in respect for that. Raduni says LeBron knows this year is his last dance. Ooh, or might be the last chance, as you're trying to say, maybe, Raduni. To win the title. Next, he's going to have a healthy Warriors, better Houston Rockets, better chemistry to PG and Kawhi, Nets are contenders, Super Bucks, and Clean Philly. Yeah, all these teams, all these teams that are injured right now, some of them, they're going to come back healthy. It's going to be a much more competitive. It's okay, man. Or we could get Clippers too to really see what KD was going to do against Kawhi. Yeah, a winner could definitely choose the next topic. I like that idea. Winner rather have a wrench over picking the next trivia topic. I like Jay's idea with the trivia topic. I think that'd be nice. Or it could be trivia, or it could be my next video topic. Any trivia game. Life's a game made for everyone, and love is the price. Hmm. Oh yeah, definitely do that. Man, you guys have been awesome tonight. No question about it. This is the beauty of having a family here. That's what makes it great. That's what makes it really awesome. The fact that you guys can voice your opinions and you're free to say what's on your mind. Uh, that's why I have this platform as a sports community. I'm super small. I'm super small right now compared to the other channels, but I know that I can definitely grow because I believe in what I do, and I definitely think that this is only going to get better from here. But definitely life is a game. And I had to change right there. I had to change my. Usually I would put the NBA symbol on there because we talk about basketball, but I had to put the Lewis Sports Network on there, which lets you know that this is what we do on the Lewis Sports Network, man. We talk basketball, we talk football, we talk about baseball, we talk about. I haven't talked a lot about baseball, but I will try to get on that. Hopefully, this season there is a season, man. I really hope because I would really love to stream some games. Jay says, oh, obviously, and then talk about wrestling and UFC. Jay says this break will benefit the Lakers over any other team. D isn't tight. Lakers' lack of three consistency would match everybody else's for a period of time. Clippers will continue to try and figure it out. That's true. Now, every year up to this point, whatever players choose where to go in the conference is stronger than the other. The Clippers still have to really try to figure things out anyway because they still need the reps. They need the reps. Because the thing was also, even though they lost to the Lakers, they were starting to click. So now they have to kind of go back to square one a little bit. And remember, they're also adding Joakim Noah, so he has to get acclimated with their team. The Lakers already have the chemistry. They already have it. But they also did just sign Dion Waiters, so he has to kind of get acclimated. But like Jay said, the rest does benefit the Lakers. It does. The rest really does benefit the Lakers. So I definitely agree with that. And Ryan says, just keep what you're doing, Lewis, man. Keep the faith. We all have room for growth. Facts. Facts. I think the 2020-2021 season, even though it's going to have certainty, it's also going to bring a lot of interest just because of what's going to be coming back next year. So I think those are very important details to consider too. And also, the players are going to have a shorter time until the season restarts again. The Clippers are also getting healthy because of this break. But like Jay said, though, they still have to continue to work on their chemistry, though, especially now because they're getting Joakim Noah back too. But it does benefit the Lakers a little bit. So like I said, so let me ask y'all: have y'all seen Nikola Jokic? I gotta put I gotta put Jokic right now, man. I gotta find that picture of him looking slim. Let me see if I can find that. Oh yeah, by the Denver Post. Look at that. Oh, looks like I found it. Let me see if this works. I'm gonna try it. Ah, this one's a better one. This is perfect. Check this out. Right? Gonna come back for this one. Jay says Lakers athletic centers will change things early and late. Don't need a lot of rest for that, really. Ahead of the curve. That's true. True that. Ryan says, Lewis, man, remember Con Air? It's like waiters put the gummies back in the fat. Yo, word, word. You ain't lying, my guy. You ain't lying. All right, let me switch it up, man. Let's talk about Nikola Jokic a bit, man. I want to open this up a little bit. What do you guys think about Nikola using that weight, losing that weight now? Because remember, he came out of shape. He came out of shape into the season. He weighed a little over 300 pounds. But look at him now. At first, when I looked, I thought that was Kristaps Porzingis. I'm like, that's Porzingis? But bro, that's not Porzingis. That really is Nikola Jokic right now. I know he's feeling a lot more healthier. I can just kind of see that he's looking more healthier now. Look at Jokic, man. I know we always say, look at Curry, look at Jokic. Remember, Dwight doesn't want to play. Yeah, but I still have the Clippers coming out of the West. Who plays could really affect that too. That's a good point. That's a really good point. Yeah, Jokic looks great. I think he could just add a little bit of muscle, and I think Jokic will be good if he can add muscle. Um, Looking real good. I respect that thought, Jay. I got the Lakers in the NBA Finals. Freddie, Dwight says that now. I understand why. The flip side is, let me see what Jay says. The flip side is he's in the same boat as LeBron, though, age-wise. That's true because, like I told you, Dwight is 34 years old, and he also was born on December 30th, like LeBron James. It's just the difference is the difference is 1 year. The difference with LeBron and Dwight Howard is 1 year, but Dwight was born December 30th, like LeBron James, just a year apart. But like Freddie Gee says, Dwight's 34, he'll be 35, and LeBron will be 36. I would say Joker looks leaner. Now he just has to get stronger. I told you, Lou, I saw Jokic's picture, couldn't believe it. Dropping 50 pounds in 3 months is unheard of. I know, I know. But doesn't he look like Porzingis on the right side talking to that woman, though? I really thought that was Porzingis first. This might be his breakout year in the postseason, looking like he's got the stamina. I think he's going to be a little more faster too. When I used to play, my favorite move was to do a three-pointer. Nice. He's like Chadwick from Black Panther. Oh yeah, the time that he lost all that weight, people were kind of concerned, but I think he kind of lost it for the role that he was going to play. He was super thin a month ago. People thought he was sick. Yeah, he was doing a role in a movie. I used to like stealing the ball from the enemy team's players as well. Oh yeah, that means you're playing defense. You know, you get steals, Tomoko. That's how it works. That's how it works. Man, let's see if we could get that 34th like, man. If we could get that 34th like, we get past that Scottie Pippen number. Let's see if we could get that, man. Yeah, man, I thought he was Porzingis. Shout out to Juanetta Thomas, man. The weight loss would have helped him more this playoffs if they were playing in Denver against teams. More wind for him in that climate against teams. True? That's a very true point. Yeah, yeah. No, that is Jokic. No, that is Jokic. That is Jokic, as you're seeing it right there. He looks like Porzingis, but that's definitely Jokic. Oh, shout out to the Queen, Queen Layla. Layla in the building. It's been a long time, Layla. Hope everything is good with you, girl. Appreciate you being here. Great to see you. It's good to hear from you again. Everybody's been talking about you all these days, man. They've been missing you in the chat. I agree with you, Winetta. I think it's really going to help them in the with the altitude, with the wind, obviously. Mrs. Thomas is in the building. That's right. That's right. Mrs. Thomas, Miss Thomas, and Miss Layla in the building, man. Shout out to both ladies as always. Oh, I see. Oh, well, okay. I'm glad to hear that your dog survived the surgeries. I'm glad to hear that. Also, if you guys haven't, make sure y'all go subscribe to Tomoko's channel. And I've been pretty busy, but I went to go try to make sure that I liked and commented on all of Tomoko's videos. Uh, the Clippers lack athletic depth at center. The rest of their game could be really hard to beat. They have rich talent, but each has to bring what they do on the daily, especially point guard. I'm really looking at the point guard position though, with Lou Will and Pat Bev. Also, yeah, I am looking at that center position because they're not really athletic there. Montrezl Harrell kind of worries me a bit just because he really doesn't defend the pick and roll really well. God bless. Oh yeah. Rye, Winetta, Chickies United. That's right. And again, congratulations and good job. And I'm happy that Hyper was able to survive 2 surgeries. I did not know Hyper went through two. But glad Hyper's doing well. Okay. You meant PG Paul George. Got you. Got you. Got you. Got you. Okay. Okay. PG. Got it. I thought you was talking about the point guard position, but no, but in any sense though, it's still too. That's actually still a good. That was a great analysis, Jay. But for one, so yeah, Paul George for sure. And but yeah, the point guards of Pat Bev consistently playing defense and Lou Will being consistent. So yeah, the point guard play is gonna have to be good. But yeah, Paul George definitely as well. Yes, he has checked out in big games. Who says I'm downplaying the Clippers? Nah, nah, I'm not downplaying the Clippers. I'm just saying like those guys have got to perform. They don't perform, it's on them. They got to perform, it's on them. Like I said, point guard play's got to be good from Lou Will and Pat Bev, and then Paul George has got to show up. He don't show up, they don't show up. They ain't getting no excuses from me because everybody's pretty much been in quarantine, so they don't get the pass. They don't get the pass. I'm telling you, you're gonna hear from me, man. But the question is Freddie G gonna be happy that the Lakers get the chip, or is he gonna be happy that LeBron gets the chip? Which one is it? See, that's the real question. Because I'm gonna be really honest, there are really not a lot of real Laker fans out there. No, I picked the Clippers to win, and I'm still sticking with the Clippers. But if they don't get it, I mean, if they don't get it done, I'm gonna give them all the smoke. That's right. He's gonna have to, yeah, he's gonna have now that he's lost the weight, he can now really focus on adding muscle, and it's gonna help him. It's gonna help him to play bully ball. So I'm also looking at Jamal Murray. Can he really be that guy next to Jokic? Also, can Gary Harris find his game? Because Gary Harris has been very inconsistent this year. He's had a real down year. So I don't know if Gary Harris is going to be able to, at least maybe with Gary Harris, with this quarantine, hopefully he's been able to kind of recuperate in terms of because he also gets injured a lot too. He's very injury prone. So if he can nick those injuries, hopefully gain some confidence, he can really help that team out because they're deep. I don't know if they're gonna go far, but they're deep. So Murray and Harris are really gonna have to complement Jokic. And like I said, if Jokic shows that he wants it, he could really be that guy now. But man, he adds that muscle. I'm telling you, Jokic is gonna be a scary dude now. Scary dude. He said, Braun and AD, I'm gonna be happy for Dwight too. Everybody else I could give a damn about. Ah, Freddie Gee out here telling the truth. Like Will Smith said, man. Just tell the truth. Tell the truth. Hold on. Layla said the Clips got this? Oh my goodness. Hmm. Well, Laker fans and most importantly, LeBron fanboys are hating on Kyrie right now. I was with him while he got his x-rays done. I felt like a real mommy for the first time. Hey man, listen, taking care of a dog is like taking care of a child because dogs have human qualities like cats do. I really want to know who started the term bronsexual. I really want to know that question. I don't know where that term came from, but it became a real big thing. Uh, I mean, let's say the Lakers do win. Are you gonna be able to handle it, Layla? I'm just saying. Oh, he's still coughing. Tyree's like these Bron specials made me watch less Laker games, man, and I love the Lakers. Laker fans are hating Kyrie right now. I was with him when he got his first X-rays done. I'm a Laker fan. I also know their weaknesses. If exposed, the Clippers are built to expose those Laker weaknesses. True. I need to know so I can send it to you to give him the toy. He needs to know how my love is big for him, Layla. I'm done with Kyrie. I'm done with Kyrie. Oh, I thought she said she was done with Kyrie. Clips versus Sixers. Let's go Clips. Yeah, I said it. Bronsexual is perfect. Something must be up with Gary Harris, man. He fell off too much. For real. I'm gonna make something out of my life, just so you guys know. They act like they funny about LeBron, if you know what I mean. Jay says Kyrie shouldn't be the face of the other side since he won't be playing. I do understand the against the side. I like to be proud of myself. Oh yeah, you should always be proud of yourself, Tomoko. The Me Too movement started it. Oh shit. Oh man, wasn't that crazy? She said the Me Too movement started it. Oh man. Down with Kyrie. Ryan says NBA players say no question. LeBron says media, please ask me anything. Mm, give me 1 second, guys. Give me 1 second. Guys, keep smashing the like, keep hitting that subscribe for the Louis Sports Network. Don't know why it's saying upload overlay on. That's kind of weird. It's saying upload overlay on my StreamYard. Don't really quite understand that, but it is what it is. Don't know why that's showing up. And Layla with already the like count, she says we are at 35 likes. Appreciate that. The Clippers are, wait, Freddie says something. The Clippers are slick, built for the Lakers, except for AD. He will be the X factor. The AD is if and only if because he really can be a matchup problem for the Clippers. Freddie, that's why I have said since summer that Lakers will go as far as AD can take them. Nobody has the depth to contain him consistently, and that's true. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Shout out to D Jeff, man. My brother Lewis, I'm woke dog. Appreciate that, man. Shout out to Speaking Mind Sports Talk. D in the building. Make sure y'all smash the like and hit the subscribe for Speaking Mind as well. Let me get ready. 2-2-2-2 Rumble. Huh. Clippers have PG, who always seems to kind of disappear in the playoffs. That's gonna be the key for them. Can he really compliment Kawhi Leonard? Ron says if Joker can adjust to losing all that weight with his skill set and basketball IQ, the league could be in very big trouble. Oh, big time. Big time. Right, I'll tell you what the doc says is okay for him to play with. He's on steroids and we're working on his weight right now. Okay. I think Braun knows that. I expect Braun to let AD get off early and often and consistently. My only kind of gripe with the Lakers is kind of gonna have to be how Braun and AD perform in the fourth quarter and what kind of offense they're playing. But they definitely can beat the Clippers as long as AD can take them there, as long as he recognizes the mismatches because they don't really have anybody to defend them consistently. But my concern is the fourth quarter with both Braun and AD. That's really my biggest concern. And then with those role players, who is going to give you a consistent, who's going to give you consistency in a 7 game series? And obviously, you got Lou Williams and Paul George being the concern for the Clippers. And then Montrezl Harrell's defense against AD. I'm also interested to see on the coaching. I think coaching is going to play a factor too. One that says Kyrie is the vice president of the Players Association. Oh yeah, definitely for sure. Of the Players Association. Oh, the Players Union, and that's why he was asked to speak on their behalf because the president wasn't doing it. But there, I've been hearing some kind of collusion with LeBron because of the fact that they're banana boat buddies. We know what's up. I think that's part of the reason why he wasn't talking, from what they were saying. D, I would love to see you live stream a gameplay of Kingdom Hearts if you have the game. I don't think he has it though. I believe PG and Kawhi will take turns on AD. AD is great, but isn't the strongest for post play. AD doesn't like physical play, so they're probably going to keep him on the perimeter as much as possible. Definitely got to make a shirt. The only Lakers offense in the playoffs is pick and roll, LeBron and Biggs. There will be some switches happening for sure. Sorry, then the venue just had my baby sick and he could only sleep on me, so the nights were tough. Bros is love. He said, "Who you got winning?" Good question. All right, pretty cool. Clippers, what a dude. Freddie says if they were a little bit longer, I think they could give AD more trouble. But with that height and wingspan, along with his coordination, it's going to be tough. Yeah, of course. Not bounce until we get 40. I don't know if we're going to get there, especially with how long I probably might even stay on anyway. Oh, I must have read that wrong. My bad. Let me see. I read it wrong. That's what happened. Hold on. I think I read that wrong. Yeah, that's what it is. That's what it is. I read that wrong. That's my mistake. If Lakers win the chip, it's because of non-contact. Speaking monsters, I'm already over 40. Yeah, it's all good, man. I read that wrong. That's bro sis love. That's my bad. I misread that. So my apologies on that, Layla. All right, so like I said, ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow in the lineup, I got the baseball dynasty on Atlanta, the Atlanta Braves. I've been putting off that video like quite a while, but I got that one. I have and then on Tuesday, I have the NBA trivia, and then I also have the 2002 Western Conference Finals. Was that really a rigged series, or was that more so Sacramento just not getting the job done? And let me share the video once again in the chat. Wow. Yo, D's funny, man. Funny, man. Clippers can play the Rockets ball with better at perimeter detail and have to back down Sweet Lou at times. That is the brown ball. That's brown ball. Yep. It's really the only one he really knows. Hey, chat, when we need to get hold of Lance for the playoffs so he could blow in LBJ's ear, I mean, that's the Clippers' best chance of winning if they could acquire him if he blows in his ear. Did anyone here watch the Five Bloods? What's that about? Ah, Shaq wasn't good enough, man. Talented, but too much to ask for by beating Shaq and Kobe. I got some real interesting facts about that series. hmm Freddie, AD can't be guarded consistently by any team. The Lakers have to attack that early and often. He's also a better free throw shooter than many of the Laker players on the team. Brown is the only one to have list 6 chips. Yep, Brown ball. Think she meant loss, but smash the like button. Share this on your social media outlets. Layla with the latest new food, despite not being here for a while. It's pizza this time. Take care of that. About to burn pizza. Man, I still can't believe that Jokic slimmed down that drastically, man. That's crazy. I'm looking at these pictures and I'm like, I don't even recognize him, and it's clearly him. When he's talking to that lady, it's like, oh look, it's Porzingis because of the height and kind of the face. But now that I look at him close up, it's it really is Nikola Jokic. It's like, wow. Oh, when Netta says that it's a Spike Lee movie on Netflix about Black Vietnam vets. Oh, no, cool. I might check that out. Lee, sorry I haven't been in your channel as often. Jay, facts. I'm almost positive that Brown will go to him and let him get off, and then play captain during stretches. I think that's going to be the game plan. Against Kings, the sideline triangle wasn't used as much as usual. More of a 4-out one in with Shaq playing ball side block. Nobody can guard AD consistently with a similar approach. Yeah, if they do that 4-on-1 ball side block, the Clippers don't got a chance. If Zion stays healthy, he's going to be a problem. Next season, Zion is going to develop and kill the league. Ja's going to be right there with him too. hmm Tyrese says that the Joker left the pork alone. Really? Mm. All right, ladies and gentlemen, can we get 2 more likes to get to that 40 mark? We're at 38 likes, man. Shout out to Layla for the like count. As now, no. It's all good, D. It's all good. It's all good. But I wanted to get your thoughts, D, on on the situation with Kyrie Irving and LeBron, in terms of LeBron wanting the league to restart, and Kyrie Irving is saying, no. We need to make sure that things are safe first, and that we need to focus on social justice before we even think about basketball. I want to get your thoughts on that. Is Five Bloods with Chadwick Boseman? Sorry, almost burnt, but oh, it's a mashed potato pizza. Never had mashed potato pizza. Yo, I still say that's Porzingis. Hmm. I mean, you could say that, but you could say that. But check this out. Now, ladies and gentlemen, look at that picture and tell me now, is that Kristaps Porzingis or is that Nikola Jokic? Nice. Tell me now. I just got a taste for pizza topping that became a favorite of mine, which is mushrooms. Okay. D, that's the end for improvisation. Layla, man, what's mashed potato pizza? Mrs. Thomas is Five Bloods with Chadwick Boseman. Okay, he said yes. And I'm about to finna call the police. My thoughts are the hell with Kyrie. His punk ass just wants more time to heal. 39 likes, man. Yo, D a funny dude, man. Give me 1 second, guys. So, mm-hmm. All right, so Layla said we're at 39 likes. I still kind of see 38 on here, but wow. I never heard of mashed potato pizza neither. Oh, that was the movie that he lost weight on? Okay. Wow. Jay says Ja has brought the Morant mentality. He doesn't back down, and it doesn't matter who's in front of him. Great to see that from a very young NBA talent. I like that too. That's Jokic. There you go. It was the same dude in the picture. It was the same dude in the picture. Um, he looks kind of anorexic. I mean, all he got to do is add weight now. Yeah, y'all funny, man. No, that's Dragos' his nephew. All I know is that mess is God. That mess is God. Why are tall as heck people kind of giants? I mean, hey, Layla, did you get a chance to talk to? Mm. Oh yeah, we're gonna do that game if they happen to play. Absolutely, they happen to play. We're gonna do that game for sure. Okay, guys, we are at 39 likes. We need one more to hit that 40 mark. We need one more like to hit that 40 mark. You guys have been excellent. Tomoko says, speaking of losing weight, I listened to what a whole YouTube ad about how to lose weight, and apparently the best way isn't by dieting, but by knowing your body type and doing what's best for it. Dieting is a good to Dieting is good to just to kind of maintain healthy. You just got to make sure that you're eating the right foods for your body weight. I think that's the most important thing. It's not necessarily just about losing weight. Losing weight is if I mean, the reason why these celebrities do it is because, again, they're fulfilling a role when it comes to actors. So when they have to fulfill a role, if they have to look a certain way, they're either going to gain a lot of muscle, they're going to have to eat heavier, if they're going to gain weight but not really work out, and it's not really good for their health. But if they have to do that, that's what they do. But then also, you know, I have to see. Oh, by the way, guys, if you guys haven't seen this yet, I have to go back to my channel to do this. Let me go back to my channel real quick. And let me just click on Lewis Sports Network as we do. You already know. We go to the videos. Let me just go to the videos. And if you guys haven't, check out my impressive thumbnail if you guys really like it. And I'm going to leave the link in the chat as I usually do. And check it out. I just put a video up on D Wade almost 24 hours ago. And if you guys haven't checked that video out, I'm going to leave the link in the chat. Check it out. And make sure you guys go like the video. Um, I heard from what I heard, Juanetta, I heard that Kawhi has kind of picked up a little bit of weight from what I heard. And shout out to Ryan who says he enjoyed the D Wade highlights. Appreciate that. He may be too small. My goal has well, in terms of Jokic, he has to just add muscle. Now that he's gotten slimmed down, he's going to be faster. But the key thing now is if he can add muscle now, he's not going to get as bullied because he could get bullied. D, you're right. If he just stays like that and doesn't try to gain any muscle, he's going to get bullied. But if he gains muscle, it's going to be hard to kind of push him around. But at least with the weight, he'll have more stamina He'll be able to run the floor more consistently, and he won't be as tired. So that means that he'll be able to have a better input on basketball games. My goal has been fulfilled tonight, as Layla says. 41 likes and 1 hater rate. I'm still seeing 40 on my end. Uh, I talked to Kid, and he's all good now. He just had to get some air. All right. I need to see Kawhi's weight now because of the how he's known to pick up a little bit. Exactly. Freddie, it's pizza bread, then mashed potato, then mozzarella, then pepperoni. I've never seen it though. That's crazy. The Nuggets will lose home air advantage. That's true. They're not going to have that altitude with them. That's facts. Layla, that means Lewis made it, man. Whenever you get the haters, you've arrived. Exactly, man. Like the song goes, if you ain't got no haters, you ain't popping. So I always go by that motto. If you ain't got no haters, you ain't popping. Boom. If you ain't got no haters, you ain't popping. You know what? I'm gonna have to find that on my playlist on my phone of music. And if I upload a video, I need to put that part. I need to put that part. I gotta put that part. I gotta hear that. Again, shout out to the LSN Mod Squad. Exactly, D. That's right. It lets you know that I've arrived. Same with Speaking Mind Sports Talk when he got to his 1K subs and still counting, man, with the great content he's doing over there. Wanetta, no doubting. Ron says the thing that impressed me about John Morant is the impact his game had on the Grizzlies, man. Nobody saw that coming. Yeah, that's one thing that really impressed me about John Morant. Like he's already shown good leadership for somebody that's in his rookie year. You don't see that a lot in young players. For him to be able to impact the team so much, and they're already winning. They have a very good young head coach. They have a very good young team, but his leadership is what's really kind of surprised me from Ja. Like I knew he already was NBA ready, but I didn't expect it to make this kind of an impact in terms of team winning this fast. So major respect to John Morant. He's going to be a problem for years to come. So big facts, Ron. Less sugar, less meat, and more time without hitting. Ryan, I spoke to the other, and he's 100. Let's see. I'm on the phone with the police right now. Oh Lord, Freddie, you should be on the phone to let them know that you're about to defund the cops. Not trying to finna get Layla in trouble, man. What's going on with you? Kawhi gain some weight, getting ready for AD? I think so. I hope he doesn't gain kind of like too much to the point where it kind of slows him on the court. Facts, the player hated degree achieved by Ellison and the LSM Mod Squad. Right. Freddie cut the what have I missed? Just imagine, Jay, imagine if they play in the playoffs in Denver. All teams but one had an advantage. Hey Lewis, did you see the UFC 251 thumbnail I made? I got more views on that video than ever. A good thumbnail is effective, bro. Oh yeah. Wait. Oh, I gotta see that. Hold on a second. Let me check that out. And let me see. It's all good, Juicy man. He says he had missed the NFL trivia that I was doing. It's all good, man. All right, let me get to Speak Your Mind Sports Talk. Let me just type that in. All right, let's check this out. He says UFC 251. Okay. I see you got almost 200 views for that one, D. Who's fighting in UFC 251? Let me see. Oh, Kamaru Usman's going against Gilbert Burns. Okay, and they're going for that welterweight championship. I still got Usman retaining the title, but I think Burns is going to give him a good fight. Oh, Volkanovski is going against Holloway. Oh, we got a part two. Card is going to look crazy. Oh, Andrade is also going against Namajunas too. Wow, so we got Oh my God. And the best part about that, ladies and gentlemen, that's on my birthday. UFC 251 is on my birthday, July 11th, man. Oh man, what a treat. July 11th is gonna be it's gonna be lit. UFC 251 on my birthday. That's gonna be crazy. Yep, I'm knocking on that 1,000. That's facts. But that's a fire thumbnail, D. It's a really fire thumbnail. I hope you guys like my newer thumbnails that I'm actually putting on. I have more transparency. I'm trying to get more transparent thumbnails to be put, like on some of these. Just even the Dwayne Wade video that I did, it was transparent. I had, so if you look at the championship that I have with D Wade kind of jumping, so the other three picks that you see in that D Wade thumbnail, those are all transparent over that Dwayne Wade one. Actually, my last six videos have been transparent. If you look at the T Mac and Yao, transparent. Jordan and Kareem, transparent. The NFL trivia, transparent. This one with the Kyrie and LeBron, that one's transparent too. And now you have the Dwayne Wade video. The last video that I did was transparent. And then obviously with this one currently that what we're doing right now on the Lewis Sports Network is doing its thing. Freddie Gees, everything good. Facts. LMN mod squad in the house, less than 200 to go for that 1K. That's right, we almost there. Yeah, that would be hard. Kobe said they had a third lung. Really? Wow. The Jazz can play in Denver with no problem also. Yeah, because Salt Lake City is kind of like the same though. Yeah, these thumbnail makes a difference, man. That's right, man. Knocking on that 1,000. That's right. Says, that's right, we are almost there. I think Kawhi can place weight kind of like what Kobe did. He got and stronger and it didn't slow him down. Oh yeah, so in other words, kind of added more muscle. The Clippers do have nowhere to deal with. Got to get kind of acclimated. Um, Dang. Layla says she just realized something that she missed you guys. She missed us tons. I need a moment. All right, Layla. You know what? Ryan usually likes to do this a lot. I think Ryan, we should give a standing ovation for Layla on her return to the live stream. Yeah, we missed the females, man. It's not the Lewis Sports Network, man. Without Juanetta, without Tara Matthews, without Michelle's daughter, Patricia Sutton, Sierra Dean. That they're out there. Layla, come on, man. You guys are always holding it down out here, man. I haven't seen Asia in a while, but I appreciate her anytime. She always used to come. Freddie, there's gonna be like, you mean she's a constant felon? We don't go to her house anymore, right? Noah will be needed, man. I think he's a bit bigger too. If so, not sure how that would affect him. If Noah is on AD, then the lane is open. I love Burns, man, but Usman is my man. No, I got Usman winning by decision, but oh, July 5th? Oh, we 6 days apart. There you go, bro. We are 6 days apart. That's what's up. Yeah, it's over 200. Just showing that amount, man. Two rematches. That card is lit. I can't wait for those rematches, man. I'm really looking forward to that Holloway fight. You guys are my guys, right? Even Freddie, yes, even him. Oh wow, that's OD. Yo, this is why I miss Layla, man. Bronx section was a still love at the LSM, man. See? Oh, the MJ thumbnail. Do I still have that? I don't even know if I still have that. The only best thumbnail I have of MJ is this one. So, I mean, he's kind of in his prime. I mean, I also have this one with him and Charles, but that's just him being older. That's MJ on the Dream Team. I mean, I could put that one since she hasn't been here in a while. But the best one I have is, yo, why LeBron not here about to risk it all, though? I'm not loving that look. Taking a lot of time with those cutouts, fam. Oh, yeah. No, Kobe could play all day, man, when it comes to the minutes. That's right, man. We love y'all, man. It's all family, man. They go MJ right there, man. That's got to be MJ either. That's got to be either 96 or 97. Shout out to Lowly One who says, "Salute to you, Layla. Salute to you." You already know what it is. Okay, looks like Jordan got some. Look like he got a wrist joint. Sexy MJ. Haven't seen him in forever. Besides the 5 pictures in my room and above my bed. Uh huh. There it is. Had to put it for you. Had to put it for y'all. Hmm. Oh wow. I have forgot. Wow, I forgot. Today was supposed to be the 30 for 30 on the 1998 home run chase. I forgot all about that. Wow, that was today. I could have actually probably went live for that. Oh wow, that's crazy. And again, shout out to the lowly one, as always. Again, we got 16 people watching, and we're at 42 likes. I still see 40 on my end. I don't know why this thing is like so kind of slow. You know, Layla, the chat calls me the goat. Raduni says, yeah, but Kobe should moderate more his career. I mean, he was somebody who kind of went all out when it comes to his career. Maybe that's why when I got the notification from MLB Vault that they show McGuire's 60-second home run. Wow. It's probably why, because that was tonight. I actually got to see that because I would love to do a reaction to that as a live stream. Wow. These dudes have got it in 60 frames per second. Yo, MLB Vault is lit for that. I mean, it's all good, man, because I was doing the LeBron Kyrie stream anyway, and the stream started at 9 o'clock, and I've been here since what, 8:30? Or what? No, no, 8:15. Mine. No, no, 8:20. Been here since 8:20. So we've been kicking it for almost 3 hours. I mean, I don't care. I mean, I could see that anytime on ESPN Plus and watch the repeat. You not to wait. What is you? Wait, what is she talking about? Huh? She said we should meet up to protest. Huh? It's gonna be epic. Right, right, right. You know, chat. Uh-huh. Someday, where's G Money at with all of this LeBron talk? I know. Yo, for real. Yeah, that's facts. That's facts, Jay. We missed Sosa's moment. No, Sosa deserved his moment too. Sosa got 66. I mean, they both passed Roger Maris. I know McGuire gets celebrated more, but I think they're gonna probably pull up Sosa's 60-second home run. It was just that McGuire hit it up first, but Sosa's gonna get his moment too. Hopefully, if MLB Vault is not stupid enough to not leave it out, they should pretty much pull it up. Which thumbnail you talking about, D? And your thumbnail for that UFC 251 is fire though. I like it. I really like it. That thumbnail is fire. Like if y'all haven't, man, make sure y'all go see that. Got the flames in the background. Got the brand, the Speak Your Mind Sports Talk brand on it. It's lit. It's lit. I really would like some. Try to see if I can get some cutouts of the UFC fighters too, though. Yo, and I'm loving the cutouts, D, that you put for lately for your content. I see the the 4 belt undisputed champs for 2022. Like that video was looking good in terms of the thumbnail for that one. Uh, and I like the 147-pound one that you have put, and then you got the Kawhi Leonard one. I was actually able to download a little bit more Kawhi Leonard stuff. Shout out to Juicy Man in the building. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate it. But yeah, Layla Sosa's gonna get his moment. Shout out to Juicy Man in the building, man. Make sure y'all smash the like and continue to hit that subscribe. Juicy Man, appreciate that. I know he's from Alex's stream. And make sure you're there tomorrow, Juicy Man. I'm gonna be on Alex's channel tomorrow at Alex Sports. And he said, and as soon as Jay says it, G Money is right on cue. See there? Oh man. G Money went to the Bronx Sexuals lair. Yo, for real. G Money got to let me know how that Bronx Sexual Dungeon of Doom was doing over there. I love Braun off the court, but I like MJ on the court. Both guys aren't perfect though. No, UFC is popping except last night's card. I was very disappointed on last night's card. I was on Caden Alvis, the young kid. I went to his channel to ask me about the updates on the UFC. He was not. The card was not really that impressive. There was about maybe 1 or 2 good fights, but this one here, appreciate that, D. I worked really hard to look for that one. Probably do a future video on Vince Carter. That's what's up. That's what's up. The 92 Bulls team photo is my favorite. It was on a book cover back in the day. Oh, the 92 team. Okay. What is the thing? Who is like the belt that doesn't have start and finish? All right. G Money. I'm liking MJ off the court as well now. G Money may light you up for that, man. Exactly. I got some for you, fan. I'll send them to you. All right, cool. If you need some in terms of basketball, I got some for you too. I got some for you too, D. I looked some up. I think you'll like some of the ones I got. I got some of Kobe, some of Shaq, some LeBron, some AD, some Paul George. I got some Vince Carter, Tracy McGrady. I think you'll like some of the ones I got, D. Oh, the 96 Bulls? Nah, that's all. Yeah, it's fine. Hey G Money, you're the mole we've been looking for the whole time, like the Jedi's finding the Emperor. Uh-oh, Star Wars. Zoom, 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 zoom. That's the sound of the of the lasers. Facts. Jessica I is not a main event, man. She got killed by the first hit from Yeah, man, I was pissed off about that. And at the time I was doing the football NFL trivia that the video ended up getting shut down, which I wasn't happy about, but off of nonsense. But yeah, it sucked, man. I don't know who's the bigger, Freddie Gee, Nick Wright, Shannon Sharp, or even Ryan Hollins. Nah, Freddie Gee not on that level. Chill, 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 chill. Nah, 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 nah. He not. G Money really going in though. Bro, sis, love and display we share. Oh, that's facts. Layla voting Freddie Gee. All right, everybody in the comment section, who's a bigger bronze sexual? As G Money pointed out, G Money started this, not me. He started stuff on the LSM Mod Squad on the Louis Sports Network. Who's a bigger bronze sexual in your opinion? G Money. Well, I kind of could have said G Money because he got Brown on the brain, but Freddie Gee, Shannon Sharp, Nick Wright, or Ryan Hollins? It was the MMA fans card. Technical, but I enjoyed the card last night. I really want to get one of Julius Irving, man. Raduni. It's been hard to find him. It's hard to find him. It's like really hard. I think the best thing to do would have to be to get one of those images that you can cut them out and just pretty much use them. But these software was able to cut out some of the players, so he handed me some. And if you need some D, I'll send them to you. I'll send some to you too. I got some of basketball. No, to be honest with you, I actually looked some up online. That's how I was able to do them. So I kind of downloaded my own in that one. Dang, man, y'all wrong for that. Y'all wrong. Dang, y'all wrong for that on Freddie, man. Damn. She said Freddie, Freddie, Freddie. That lets you know Layla voted 3 times. See, she cheating the system right there. G Money is the MJ nut hugger. Oh, we're going back and forth. Oh boy. Ryan said all three. Woo. Nick wrong. He calls us MJ nut huggers, even though we acknowledge his failure as well. I can't even say that because when I did my video, I called out both MJ and LeBron. I said they're the two most overprotected superstars in NBA history. Both of them. No, and nobody could tell me different. Well, I gotta ask Freddie Gee that question. Freddie Gee, in your personal opinion, does G Money hug MJ more, or does he bash MJ? So now, facts, D, I enjoyed it, but it wasn't good at all though. The finishes for the smaller cages are epic. I mean, it was alright. It was alright. Ryan Hollins, easy. He said, "Yeah, okay." Nah, Freddie don't belong in that category with those guys, man. Not even close. Not even close. G Money says, Lou, do you think I'm a MJ? I already answered that question for you. Oh yeah. But I said that I also said that MJ also made those guys, along with the fact that he needed Scottie Pippen and Phil Jackson. Or you could say that G Money is partitioning for the Skip Bayless job when Skip Bayless retires. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that could be the case. That could be the case. It's crazy. Yeah, guys, man, keep smashing that like, keep hitting that subscribe on the Lewis Sports Network, man. Freddie says he will be exposed yet again, even after 6 losses. Y'all still ride with him. All I got to say is we're gonna wait and see because this is gonna be interesting. Freddie, you think I care, bro? You think I care? It don't matter. It don't matter if they come for me. You know why? Because that just tells you that I'm not in favor of either one. There's been moments where I might show more side to MJ. Yeah, I'm not gonna sit here and lie about it, but I'll be honest with you. They gonna come for me. What am I gonna do? Like that old song goes, if you ain't got no haters, you ain't popping. If you ain't got no haters, you ain't popping. So nip that in the butt. All I gotta do is I welcome it. All I gotta do is just welcome. See, if you really want to be something on your channel, you gotta embrace the hate, man. That means you gotta take the villain role. Now I don't see myself as a villain, but I welcome it. Yeah, Karam, I'm still live, bro. Still live. A lot of people pulled up for this one, and I've been riding it out. Almost 3 hours in. I mean, just lets you know that it's been pretty lit. It's pretty lit up in here. He said it ain't even close. Oh, boy. None of us. Yeah, that's true. We wouldn't be able to. Oh, that dude consistently tells you how he was there covering the Bulls all the time. It's in every argument now, ever since the Last Dance came on. That's true. Thank you, Raduni. Big facts. It's just not true. It's just not true. It's just not true, G Money. It's just not true. But enter any superstar along MJ and he wins 6. Place LeBron with super teams and he loses 6. Oh man. Oh man. To some degree, being a jerk has helped those guys win. Oh yeah, for sure. When it comes to Braun, Shannon Sharp gotta be number one. I mean, it's difficult, man. The difference is that MJ executed very well with the opportunities he got. I agree with that one. I agree with that. That's the key. They both have been helped, but MJ took advantage of the opportunities he got. That's true. True. Gotta give him that. Yeah, like I said, like to some degree, being a jerk has led to wins. It's true. All right. Shout out to Speak Your Mom. Peace out. Peace out. Peace out. Well, that's facts. Yeah, man. You already know what it is, man. All right, ladies and gentlemen. I can't say that Mike is the GOAT, but he a bronze sexual. It's not that golden rule being broken. Listen, Shannon put in that extra emotional pain into his arguments. Oh my God. When is LeBron gonna get Pat Riley? When he had Pat Riley. When is LeBron gonna get Phil Jackson? When is LeBron gonna get Greg Popovich? Don't worry, because we got something for you, bruh. As Shannon Sharp likes to say, we got something for you, bruh. You know how Shannon Sharp be. That's how I be, man. Shannon Sharp is something else, dog. Something else. But yeah, man, LeBron and Kyrie, two polar opposites, trying to pretty much, you know, G Money, you're not an MJ nut hugger. You're definitely not a Kobe one other. I don't think you hate MJ, and I don't think you hate. All right, shout out to D man later. All right, ladies and gentlemen, before I close down this stream because we've been just about 3 hours in. I'm gonna leave my Shannon Sharp is crazy with Skip. Oh yeah, we know that. We know that, Karam. I'm gonna leave my PayPal in the chat. Again, you guys don't have to. You guys don't have to donate. My Cash App is always on the ticker on the screen. Yo, Freddie Gee said, "How am I hyping up 3 championships and 5 finals appearances, man? Dude, that's clearly a nut hugger statement." Oh man, it's funny what y'all see and what I see. I see 42. Layla sees 44. It's like I'm just not seeing it, right? So again, guys, I left the PayPal in the chat. If you guys would like to donate, it's up to you. Don't have to. Your choice. Layla says we got 44. I'm seeing 42. LeBron maybe couldn't deal with Phil. No way he takes Pop. Kobe could. MJ would have. Different types of offers. Well, that's my thing. That's my thing. I don't think he would have been able to deal with that. And again, it comes down to a matter of success. I don't think LeBron would have loved for that when he wins championships that his success would have been tied with a Phil Jackson. And he made it clear that he doesn't like Phil Jackson ever since Phil called him out on that posse statement. Greg Popovich, yeah, it sounds good from afar. He called LeBron the Black Panther. We'll see. Oh man, he called LeBron the Wakanda of the NBA. We'll see how true that statement would have been had LeBron been a San Antonio Spur. And like I said, Greg Popovich has got that alpha. So him and LeBron, I feel like at some point kind of would have been at, neck and neck. Unless Greg Popovich would have said, okay, LeBron, you obviously have the high basketball IQ. You get to run the team. We'll go on your lead and see if you win. So we'll see. I don't know if he takes that though. Freddie, you literally said that the 2017 Warriors were that much better than the 2017 Cavs on paper. Both teams were even. Cavs just needed to play defense. Yeah, my issue with the 2017 Cavs was really more so defense. Again, this wasn't about winning the series, but they could have competed much better. The defense was atrocious in that series. All right. All right. So I wanted to get the goal of reaching the 3 hour mark. We have accomplished that goal, ladies and gentlemen. YouTube is full of trickery. Yeah, I'm still seeing 42 on my end, man. They just followed up later, as always. All right, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so shout out to Ron. He says great stream. Freddie, that's up. Coolio for the reels. Um, so look at that. And shout out to Sly. He says he just subscribed to you, Layla. Nice. Lou, do you seriously think I'm an MJ nut hunter? You literally heard me bash MJ and credit his teammates. I'm not getting into that argument. That's between you and Freddie Gee. How can you hype up 3 chips and 5 straight finals trips? How the hell is that possible? Nut to the hugger. And I'm gonna leave it at that. So, ladies and gentlemen, this has been a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful stream. It's good to see some old faces again. Shout out to Anthony L, who says great show. Ryan says good night. Again, Freddie, I don't think you're a nut hugger at the end of the day. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, this is your boy Lewis on the Lewis Sports Network. Appreciating everybody for liking the stream. We're gonna come back at you with that heat. Continue to come with that flames. Freddie Gee, my guy. Shout out to Juanetta. Shout out to Layla. The ladies made their return once again. You guys held it down in the chat, kept that balance. Shout out to Ryan, Anthony L, Raduni, G Money, the Bronco Fanatic. Shout out to Sports Critic. Shout out to Alex Sports. Shout out to my new subscriber, Trey. Shout out to Dylan Savage. Shout out to Celtics legend. Shout out to Ty Zone. Made some great points earlier in the stream. Shout out to anybody like sports. Like I said, appreciate everybody, man. Appreciate everybody. Ryan, of course. Shout out to Ron. Shout out to Jay. So many people I got to thank, man. You guys have been great. But again, man, this is your boy Lewis Network. From LeBron to Kyrie Irving, wishing you all guys a wonderful night. And as always, bless up, live, laugh, love, be grateful, like, share the videos, continue to subscribe to the channels, and make sure to let everybody know. Share it on your social media outlets and on Reddit. And again, my PayPal is in the chat. You have the Cash App on the ticker. Have a wonderful night, everybody, and we'll be back on tomorrow for the next one. We chat together, we stream together, family for life. Later, everybody. Shout out to Duality out there as well. Shout out to Kid Glory, who's out there as well. Shout out to Daniel. Shout out to Karam. Shout out to everybody if I didn't get to catch your name. Shout out to Juicy Man as well, man. Later, everybody.